Yo, 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 what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with my man Grind and Motivate. And we got some guy that just randomly popped into the screen. No idea how he got here. He crashed in the party early already, but y'all might know him as TD Hip Hop Media. Shout out to TD Hip Hop Media. And we had AB Promotions, but AB Promotions said that his iPhone 7 let him know that the world is correct. So, we don't know if he'll be if he'll be back on here or not. So what's up, gentlemen? How y'all doing?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Glad you could make it. Glad you can make it, bro. We're gonna have a good time.
For sure.
Yeah, we definitely gonna have a good time. So if you guys are not subscribed to the Reacts podcast channel, make sure that you guys subscribe, hit that bell icon, smash the like button, share this video out to all of your subscribers wherever you're watching from. All right, we're gonna talk about a couple topics today. All right, AB Promotions may get in here. Bronze of God may get in here, and we may have an appearance from a man, Keep It One Scunnet. All right. So that would be what's good. So before we get into this, is there anything that you guys want to talk about? And real quick, while we're talking, while everybody's, saying their intro piece, make sure you guys let us know in the comment section if you guys can hear us okay. If you guys can hear us okay, please throw that thumbs up or radiation emoji in the chat. If you cannot, then give us an angry face or a thumbs down.
The only thing that I'm gonna say is that, I actually, made a pretty solid thumbnail to restream this on Just Talking. So we are talking about like Andrew Tate and Valuetainment, right?
Oh, nah, man, that's next week.
The wrong thumbnail and everything. God, okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about Andrew Tate and Valuetainment. So, what do you know about Andrew Tate? We actually did a video on Andrew Tate on Just Talking, and how do you feel about Valuetainment?
As far as Andrew Tate is concerned, man, like we've talked about him before, and honestly, there's nothing special about him to me. I don't see what all the fuss is about, what all the hoopla is about concerning him. I really don't get it. I really don't understand it. Like, there's nothing special about what he does or what he says or what he talks about. He's not saying anything profound. Most of what he says and talks about is pretty basic,
Yeah.
But it is what it is. People pick and choose who they want to get behind for whatever the reason being, and if he has the rock right now, so I can't hate on him. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. He got the ball and he's doing his thing. Valuetainment, on the other hand, is very interesting, man, because they've been around for a little bit now. How long have they? I don't know how long they've actually been around, but I've known of them for about 2 years now, and the way they've just kind of, or he, right? The main guy that runs it. The way that Valuetainment is kind of skyrocketed has been very impressive from a content creator, slash YouTuber standpoint. You know what I mean? It's just very interesting to sit back and watch. Now, mind you, I personally believe that he's funded, like there's like a lot of money that was behind it. It's Valuetainment isn't a company that, quote, got it out of the mud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like, as far as when I came across Valuetainment like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, I mean, they came out the gate, interviewing people like Kobe Bryant and other like celebrities. You know what I mean? And to get those kind of interviews, you have to pay them. Like, Kobe didn't do that for free. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that's not a freebie. Like it would be for maybe Stephen A. Smith. So there definitely is and was big money backing them. But nonetheless, at the same time too, having money behind you doesn't always equate to generating a large following. You know what I mean? So it is very, at least from a YouTuber content creator standpoint, it's still rather impressive to me, what they've been able to do in a relatively short period of time. But I am also curious about where that money came from too,
Where that money come from?
Yeah, I'm tapping pockets,
We pocket watching over here on React. Where that money come from, family? Where that money come from?
Big pocket watching. What about you, Grind Motivate?
I feel the same way you feel, man. I think Andrew Tate is rudimentary at best with his advice. He's just kind of entertaining with it. And Valuetainment, I have a different perspective on them. I mean, I guess, like, as far as you said, them building up their channel, I think that's cool. but I don't really care for PBT because I think that he's pretty anti-black. The other little dude is whack as well. But that's kind of all I got for them.
Now here goes the real question: are they qualified? Do they have grift-lematic immunity?
Do they have grift?
It's a tough one to get.
You know, see, I got my passport, you know what I'm saying? I got all my papers in order. I got everything in line and I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like anywhere I go on YouTube, I got grift-lematic immunity. I don't really have to deal with customs too much. It's great to be able to move freely like that.
Right.
What y'all think? Have you guys applied for grift-lematic immunity yet?
Yeah, you're definitely moving freely with grift-lematic immunity. I gotta apply. I haven't applied yet, man.
Yeah, let me get on that.
Speaking of grift-lematic immunity, it's going to be a lot easier to get grift-lematic immunity because YouTube is doing this. So now everybody, I told all these people, I said, Joe, start a YouTube channel. Just post content here and there. Start a YouTube channel. Post content here and there. Had you started a YouTube channel when I said to start a YouTube channel, posting content here or there, guess what? You'd have already met the new requirements. What do you guys think about that? Now, here go my question. Before we actually get into this, shout out to Torian Rain because Torian posted this in the Discord, and I think he also posted it on Twitter. And if you're not following the Reacts Podcast Discord, please make sure you guys take a moment and hit that link that is in the chat. That link will also take you to a call-in link where you're able to call in to Reacts Podcast while we're live. So that's another one of the benefits of being there, and you will get notifications for all of our uploads and the uploads to our respective channels. So there's that. So, and shout out to my man Primal Studies. What's good with it, bro? So what do you guys think about YouTube and this new this new monetization policy?
Well, I think it makes all the sense in the world. It's something that you and me have talked about in private. I mean, you predicted this. You know what I mean? Like me and Rob, we talk about, you know, this YouTube stuff in private, obviously all the time. And he said this was coming like months before it came, just because of the way, you know, Rob thinks an analytical mind and how he, you know, perceives things, you know. And sure enough, it happened. And honestly, I called him up. As soon as I saw this, I called him up immediately. And I was mad. Because, you know, I never take any of Rob's advice ever, you know, and if I do, I take it like 6 months after the fact because, you know, in my mind, I know what I'm talking about and Rob doesn't. But like, but to be honest with you, like this, he's always right and it's annoying. And like when I saw this news, you know, I was floored. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like Rob told me this would happen 6 months ago and it's happening. Like they reduced the subscriber count in order for people to be able to gain monetization. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, not only did I predict it, I predicted it down to the requirements. Yeah, down to the requirements. I said it'll be 500 subscribers and 2,000 watch hours.
Facts. You predicted it down to the requirement, you know, because that was one of the conversations that we were having. You feel me, behind the scenes, is that like, you know, it's like almost impossible to get subscribers these days, man.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's crazy. You'll have videos that'll do numbers, you know, for your like your respective chat size that you have of a channel, right? You know, so whatever that means for Grind and Motivate, whatever that means for, you know, Rob, and even whatever that means for Reacts, right? Because I have access to the Reacts analytics, you know, and then whatever that means for me, right? It all depends on your size, right? But let's just say me, because I have the largest channel out of the both of us, right? Out of the three of us, right? You know, I'll have a video that does, we'll just say exceedingly well, right? Let's say something like 30,000 views, you know, and in a 30,000 view video, I might get 150, 200 subscribers. Like that's crazy to me. Like, wait, what? Like this just 30,000 and that was it? 150 subscribers? Like that's crazy. Like that doesn't make sense. And thing is, like, I've been on YouTube long enough that I remember a time when a video of yours would do 50K or 30K and it'll actually translate to, you know, 500 plus subscribers. You get what I'm saying? Because what would happen would be is that once one video gets going, YouTube would start recommending all your other videos. YouTube doesn't do that anymore. You know what I mean? So then all your other videos will start going crazy, and now your subscriber count is going up. You know what I'm saying? But like that's not how YouTube works anymore. It doesn't work like that anymore. You'll have one video that does exceedingly well, 30,000 plus, and then your other videos just stay flatline. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no movement at all. You with the other videos, and your subscriber count moves up like minimally. And you're just like, okay, what the hell is going on? You know?
Right.
Yeah, like Grind and Motivate just posted a video where he got 10,000 views. Shout out, make sure you guys throw some radiation emoji and flames in the chat from a man Grind and Motivate with that 10,000 view griff that he just posted. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it didn't really translate into subscribers, which is ridiculous because like you would assume that there would be a standard ratio for the subscribers, but I don't think that it is. I don't think that that's how that works. The views don't necessarily translate into watch hours. Views also count as exposure. You know what I'm saying? So like say for instance, you're scrolling down the scroll screen. Each each video preview that you scroll past, that counts as a view. Now, as far as it registering in the analytics to improve your analytics, that doesn't occur until you've watched at least 30 seconds of the video. So because the amount of people on YouTube is constantly growing, you're automatically getting your video exposed to more people, even if your video is not performing. However, that's also going to equal more rejections. You see what I'm saying? So like, say for instance, you had a ratio of people checking out your video, you know what I'm saying? Like 50% of the time. As the amount of people doubles, then it'll go down to a fourth of the time. You see what I'm saying? So all of your stats as YouTube gets more people is going to decrease, and the requirement to show them to that core audience is going to increase. And that's one of the reasons why it's so difficult for people to get subscribers, because that algorithm is prioritizing stuff. And so in order for YouTube to still be competitive with, now they got TikTok, and they also got Rumble, which, you know, Rumble's not really prioritizing the content at all because it just started. So it wouldn't make sense to have an algorithm at this point yet, aside from the recommended people that it put in. That's how YouTube is doing. It's just like Bitcoin. As there's less Bitcoin in the world, the algorithm for solving the Bitcoin problem increases in difficulty, and it produces less Bitcoin until it basically never produces a Bitcoin again. You know what I'm saying? Because of the algorithm evolution. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, I'm curious about how the accuracy, not saying that Torian is lying or anything like that, but, you know, I'm just curious to see like the accuracy behind that, what Torian said. That was back before YouTube got owned by Google, because Torian's been on YouTube for a long time too. You know what I'm saying? He's been on YouTube for a minute too, just like I've been on YouTube for a minute. So he would know just as well as I know. Like there was a time on YouTube, you know, when the getting was good. You know what I'm saying? Like you post a video, it gets some traction, and it equated to subscribers and all that, you know?
Right.
And it just, like I just reiterate the same thing. It just doesn't work like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. You do a video with 85,000 views on it, and but still translates to minimal subscribers.
Yeah, no doubt. Shout out to Bronze of God. We got Bronze of God in the building. What's good with it, bro?
Oh, what's up with y'all, man? My fault on the tardiness.
Oh, it's all good, bro. It's all good. So what you think about the algorithm changes, Grind?
I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't really see a difference. So I mean, I'm not really feeling nothing.
Look, I'm gonna tell you what the difference is. You can get on that KO Kid Fit griff.
You're right. You're right. I start making some live streams and talking about fighters and stuff.
Right, talk crazy about them. You know,
that would get me in there.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So let's check out how many people watch Roberto Blake. Do y'all watch this?
Hold on, but real quick, speaking of,
yeah, my bad. Go ahead, bro.
I forgot. Grind and Motivate got the boxing channel, man. Like, you know, there's a lot going on right now, man.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in the boxing world right now, man. You got to get on that grift heavy, bro.
I really need to get on that Teofimo grift. How he's been just talking crazy.
I hate Teo. I'm not gonna lie, like, you know, I don't like Teofimo because he always talks crazy, he talks too much, and I keep it a bug with you. I was hoping Josh Taylor put the beats on him. I was mad. I'm like, dang, man, like, it was looking cool in the first half of the fight, and then the second half of the fight, I was just like, God damn, man, this nigga Teo beating his ass.
Exactly.
Because he be running his mouth like crazy, and what Rob don't know, even though they try to mask it and pretend like they're not, Teo and his dad are racist as hell.
Oh, they're very racist.
See, I don't know who any of those people are. These are so Tio is a white dude boxer.
No, Teofimo Lopez is Hispanic boxer.
Oh, he's a Hispanic boxer.
And he's
okay.
racist as hell. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he ended up beating the person that he wanted to that he was fighting.
Yeah, it was this British dude named Josh Taylor, or he's Scottish, but his name's Josh Taylor, and he won.
Okay.
Right.
So how, do they be blatant with the racism? How you know they racist?
Go ahead, kill Grind and Motivate. Hell yeah, they blatant with it.
He was mad because they were treating the black fighters a certain way. I guess like he's just he's just one of them kind of dudes that say that like white people how white people say they're getting attacked when it's just them attacking themselves.
Yeah,
he's basically saying that Top Rank was treating the black fighters a certain way. They have a favoritism for the black fighters, all this kind of stuff. He was saying they can keep them. There's a certain way that they act or fight. He's always saying the N-word, saying he won't stop saying it. All kind of little stuff. His dad has said some crazy stuff before. And he's sick of simp. He's kind of got like a mental issue going on where he's kind of weak-minded. He had his girlfriend took like half his stuff. This fight, so yeah, he's going through it.
Yeah, so he big man. So he's one of them type of people where a woman ruined him, so he can't stop saying the N-word type thing.
Basically.
Yeah. Basically.
Like he was saying, it was Top Rank. I think he left Top Rank, or he was all on his way out, and he was like, y'all can keep the black fighters, because y'all prioritize the black fighters over me, and what it is like. Yeah, but I know Rob don't know these names, but Devin and Shakur, like, they're better than you, bro. So they're gonna promote them. They're gonna prioritize them over you. Like, shit, this Devin Haney is undisputed champion. Like, what are we talking about here? Exactly. You're not.
So if he's so sensitive to black people being treated different, I know when there's racism, he's the first one to say something about it, because that's us getting treated different, right?
No, not in that regard. Yeah, he won't say anything then.
Oh, okay. All right. I just wanted to see how real he was. Clearly, he ain't that real. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, he ain't that real.
Yeah, it's strictly just us being better than him, and that's all it is. Because otherwise, they'd find a way to not treat us right. I think they don't even have one of them on the pound for pound list. I think Shakur Stevenson's supposed to be the next up for the title fight, and they gave it to Lomachenko, the white dude, because he complained or something like that. So yeah. They're not really treating us better. It's just, we perform better. So what can you do?
Right. Wow.
Exactly. It's a default thing. We perform better. So it's like, okay, well, I guess the people want to see these guys, so we have to go with them. You know what I'm saying? But like Grind was saying, but like when you look at how they make up these pound for pound lists, like they'll have a pound for pound list where Shakur and Devin won't be on it. And it's just like, wait, what? Like, how are they not on the pound for pound? Like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Especially when you're talking about Devin Haney, who's the undisputed champion in his division, but he's not on the list. But then they keep prioritizing and propping up the Ukrainian boxer Lomachenko, who literally, and this dude has literally had his entire career handed to him on a silver platter, bro.
Literally, and he's been beat several times handedly.
Yeah. Like, it's like imagine, like, I'm when I say your career has been handed to you on a silver platter, like they keep handing him the silver platter and he finds a way to fumble it and drop it on the ground, but they keep giving it to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, what?
He's a habitual bag dropper.
Yes.
Yeah, man, that's terrible. That's not a good thing, man. So real quick, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys haven't smashed that like button, make sure you guys smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell and subscribe to the channels that you're watching, make sure that you guys do that. My question for you guys is, now that the YouTube monetization requirements have decreased, do you all plan on starting a YouTube channel, or are you just going to leave it to the professionals? Because one thing that people say is that it's terrible that nowadays everybody has a podcast, which means that with the monetizations even lower, everybody's gonna for real have a podcast and be getting paid for them. So what do y'all think about that?
No, I think that now, honestly, with the lowered requirements, now is really the time to hop in. You know what I mean? Now that the requirements are lower, you should really be hopping in now. There's probably a bunch of people now that are happy as hell. They got channels that already got the 500. You know what I mean? And they can get activated and get going. So now is definitely the time. Now is definitely the time. I don't think that there's I understand when people say there's oversaturation, because it seems like that. But like, you know, the reality is like there's an audience out there for everybody, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like YouTube is global. There's billions of people on the planet. It's just a matter of finding your niche and hopping in it. Your niche, I should say, and hopping in it. You know?
Yeah, I agree. Shout out to Duke the Don. Man, we got Duke the Don in the building. What's good with it, bro? And absolutely get that chat up. Yo, and Duke the Don got a video coming up. I'm about to be watching that shit. It's about this whole Patrick Bet Davis situation and Andrew Tate. That's what we was talking about in the beginning of the stream. The Patrick Bet Davis situation with Andrew Tate going getting the charges increased or the charges going harder. So I'm curious to see what they got to say about that. That's gonna be a dope screen. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead. My bad. Bro.
Oh, my fault. I also wanted to highlight too what Torian is saying. Like, you know, they see the competition. That competition is heating up with Rumble. You know what I mean? A lot of people are jumping ship going to Rumble, and a lot of people are, you know, that feel like they couldn't get it going on YouTube. They say, okay, I'm gonna go roll the dice for Rumble. You know what I mean? So that plays a big part of it too, where they're like, shoot, you know, let's lower these standards a little bit.
Facts. Super facts. Duke said, Tate going to prison. So in the chat, let me know, let me get a vote. Do you guys think that Tate going to prison? If you guys think that he is, give me a thumbs up. If you guys think that he's not, then give me a thumbs down. And we got somebody named Maria who just tagged in. Maria, how you doing? Welcome to the podcast. Oh, shit. What the fuck?
Oh.
Right. Hold on real quick. We got to get that up out of there. Man. Thank goodness it was down at the bottom.
Right.
You know we had the self-censor thing up there. Man. So now y'all just messed it up. So anybody that call in now, if we don't know you, you gotta show your camera. Y'all just see this one. Yeah, it's done. Shut down automatically. That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Man, what the fuck?
That's ridiculous. Right.
Can you see them in the back before they get on?
Nah, they had the icon thing up, the visualizer thing, like y'all did, or like we do. You know what I'm saying? And then as soon as I put it up,
when you have somebody call in, they gotta first show their face, even if they have the little thing, and then when they get on, they can take it down.
Yeah, no doubt. So shout out to Win Loser Rug. You know what I'm saying? Win Loser Rug said, "Homie came up there to clown, bro. Y'all didn't even see." Yeah,
it was bad.
It was bad. It was big bad. You know what I'm saying? So Grind had a video that he wanted to say that we should collab about. You want to give us a synopsis of that of those videos, Grind, because I want to try to get that reaction in towards the end of the week. But you know, I think it would be cool to give people a little preview. Don't give them too much, but let them know what it is.
I don't forgot. Oh yeah. So I guess we got another kind of Gideon Jester type of dude. And what else do we have? That's all I can really remember.
That and horrible decisions.
Yep. You know, CP said he made their logo for them.
Oh, he made the logo?
Yeah, he said he regretted making it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what's up. All right, y'all. So I'm going to run this. I'm going to run this video real quick. If you guys want me to stop anywhere, just let me know. And if you guys haven't hit that like button, make sure you guys hit that like button and share the video out.
All right. Exciting news about YouTube monetization and the YouTube Partner Program. We now have new lower requirements for getting into the YouTube Partner Program, and more creators will have access to monetization. And that's going to come with 500 subscribers now instead of 1,000 and 3,000 hours of watch time. You're going to have access to 5 different forms of monetization with that. This will make you eligible to receive super chats, super stickers, and super thanks on your videos, as well as give you access to YouTube channel memberships. And this will also give you the ability to utilize YouTube shopping and sell your own products directly on YouTube to your audience. You still would have to meet these requirements within, as far as the watch time, the 3,000 hours watch time, you still have to meet that within a 12-month period. If you want full YouTube monetization, access to the other YouTube monetization features, including YouTube ad revenue, you still will have to get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The 500 that you accumulate and the 3,000 that you accumulate do count toward that overall total in a 12-month period. This just gets you access to about roughly half of YouTube's monetization features a little bit sooner. If you have questions about any of this, leave them in the comment section and I will try to answer as many of them as possible. Now, this also does apply to YouTube Shorts creators, and your requirements are changing as well. Typically, you would have to get 10 million views within a 90-day period, as well as reach the 1,000 subscriber threshold. However, with these new monetization requirements, you'll be able to have the 500 subscribers, and instead of 10 million views in 90 days, it'll be 3 million views. You also will have to have published at least 3 videos within the last 90 days. But meeting these requirements, you're going to be eligible for the YouTube fan funding tier. And like I said, that gets you access to these 5 flavors of YouTube monetization. You still have the opportunity to qualify for YouTube ad revenue, YouTube premium revenue, and all the other versions of YouTube monetization later. And you won't have to apply a second time to the YouTube Partner Program to be eligible for those types of monetization. And just a reminder that by July 10th, you do need to sign the updated partner agreement if you are in the YouTube Partner Program or you're applying to it. I also recommend that before you apply, you have your YouTube AdSense account set up and linked to your channel before you apply for monetization. I think that tends to make the process a little bit easier on you. You can do that at google.com/AdSense, and that will give you an AdSense account. You'll then want to link that to your YouTube account in the settings. Even though you haven't qualified for monetization yet, I find that that process usually makes things a little simple. I've made a complete video on the YouTube application process to enter the partner program when you become eligible. This is going to be helpful for a lot of creators, and if you have questions about it, remember to leave those in the comment section. I'm going to be covering in upcoming videos and live streams more videos to help you specifically use these types of monetization and strategies to be able to gain more revenue for your channel, since more creators will have access to this and may not be familiar with how these monetization systems work and how to earn more money from them.
See, so look at that. He got the grift face right there. You know what I'm saying? The YouTube monetization is pop. Shout out to Roberto Blake for throwing us onto the game with the grift. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So that's one of the risks that you run when you're on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll be just trying to have a stream, having a good time, you know what I'm saying, just chopping it up. And then you got people like literally doing stupid stuff that could get your channel removed. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is the reason right here. For one, I just want everybody to be aware of this. This is the reason why artificial intelligence, when it gets started, is going to just probably not even waste time with letting people stay on the earth. You know what I'm saying? Because of stuff like that. Which, I mean, at this point, can you? I mean, why would you? Why would you? You know what I'm saying? And for two, that's one of the reasons why I support depopulation, because why should that person actually be allowed oxygen?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's literally what you chose to do with your day. Why do you deserve to breathe? You don't. So, right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm all about that Depop life. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Depops. You know what I'm saying? So
hey, you need to go ahead and take that, you know, that the Fauci sauce. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, big facts. Take the Fauci sauce. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, man, people messed up for people, and then they wonder why they don't have anything. Like, I mean, that if that's not evidence that the world is correct, like, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. Now, before we get into the Valuetainment interview, since we're talking about oil colonizers, we're going to talk about the value chain. All right, because we've been talking about the value chain. Look at these business deals right here that's going on internationally. Me and Grind was talking about this morning. Let me ask you guys a question. How many of y'all would like $10 billion? I don't have it for you, but if you can go out and get it, then go ahead and get it. You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think about this?
No, man, like you said, no. What were you gonna say, Grind?
I was gonna say it sounds awesome to me.
Right. And the thing is like it what this really goes to show is, like, you know, when you look at the headline, right? Saudi Arabia grabs China's business conference, inks over $10 billion in deals. You know, this really goes to show and adds to kind of what we're seeing is, in my opinion, the fall of America as far as its influence is concerned. You know what I mean? China is just taking over more and more and more. You know what I mean? And the influence of America is just dwindling down relatively quickly, you know, and which to me, as the influence dwindles down relatively quickly, you know, and then you're also seeing within the country just our politics in and of itself turning into what has turned into a complete clown and circus show. It lends more to the idea of America moving further and further towards a more kind of dystopian society. You get what I'm saying? Because, like, when you look at things, when the getting is good, you can say, right, in a country like America, you don't necessarily your oppression of the people doesn't have to be so overt. You know what I mean? Because when you have enough people that are doing relatively well, that kind of keeps everybody else at bay, because they can fall back on this idea of the American dream, and that, I mean, as bad as things are, maybe I can make it. But like, as we're seeing things fall apart from the American dollar, people from countries trying to move away from the American dollar, right? A lot of other countries are now falling up under the influence of China, right? And all of that leads to negative effects for our economy here in America, which leads to more joblessness and homelessness, and political what's the word that I'm looking for lack of better words, they're people are displeased with their politics, because for as much as, like, on our side of the algorithm, or at least on my side of the algorithm, I go in on the Democrats a lot. If you frequent the conservative side of the algorithms, you'll see that the grassroots on that side, they're really irritated with the Republicans as well. You get what I'm saying? So you're finding, like, everybody's just pissed off, irritated, and upset, and with that being, you're going to have more and more, you're going to have the rise, I should say, of more of a dystopian society to keep the people under control. So to me, when I see headlines like this, it lends to what I believe is to come in America. You get what I'm saying? Because everything is just becoming, like Jada Informant said, more and more unstable. Internationally, domestically, you're just seeing the complete unraveling of America's influence, like I said, abroad, as well as the ability for America to keep its people under control. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree 100%. What you guys think?
I feel the same way.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Grind. Finish your point.
I was just saying, I didn't know that the grassroots over there was having issues with the Republican Party. I thought it was all, peachy keen over there.
Well, the grassroots over there is
the grassroots
over there is so upset that the illegal migrants that they pay to do the landscaping haven't really maintained the grassroots, and now all the grass is dying, so they're extremely upset.
I don't know anybody. Well, I guess that one. Well, who's really for that? I guess most of the Democrats. Weirdly,
as far as like the open borders are concerned,
yeah.
That's a Democratic Party thing. That's the Democratic Party or the left. You can say that's their whole thing. They're all about open borders. You know what I mean? Like, on the so-called right, they're supposed to be against it. You know what I mean? But like, when you really look into it, like, the Republicans on the national stage, you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's theater. The degree to which they're against open borders is kind of theater. Everybody within, like, the U.S. government on national level, for the most part, by and large, they're all on the same page, and it's just kind of WWE. It's not until really you get onto, like, the local politics and, like, really grassroots kind of right-wing folks, where they're heavily against, or extremely against, open borders and things of that nature, to which, like, they actually trying to do something about it, whether it be electing people into office, like on a local level, and things of that nature. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So like I said, like, when it comes to, like, the grassroots right, for lack of better words, like, on that side of the algorithm, the right wingers, Republicans, conservatives, whatever you want to call them, the grassroots on that side, the local politicians on that side and stuff like that, they're highly fed up with, you can say, the establishment Republican Party. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They feel like Republican Party is weak. They feel like it's really weak,
Right.
Yeah, they actually feel like the establishment Republicans are in bed with the establishment Democrats, which probably is not too far from the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's probably actually exactly what's going on right now. You know what I mean?
And that's why you see such a wholehearted embrace of, like, a Donald Trump, who at least appears to be, on the outskirts of the Republicans. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's why, because he just like in 2016 and now, he at least appears to be someone who is, like, against the system to a degree. You get what I'm saying? He's like the outlier, you know, he's like the rebel, you know, even though he's a Republican, you know, he's not really with the Republicans, if that makes sense, you know?
Right. Yeah, they call him what do they call him? They say he's not a guy that's part of quote unquote the machine. You know what I'm saying? So now we're about to get controversial up in here. You know what I'm saying? So don't be afraid, don't be shy. Okay, first of all, we only got 17 likes on reacts. So make sure if you guys haven't smashed the like button, you guys smash the like button. We got 25 people watching. Shout out and thank you to all 25 of you guys. Over on Rumble, we got 16 people watching and we got 2 likes. I know y'all mad on Rumble, but y'all got to do better than this. Y'all got to do better than this. You got to pull yourself up by the bootstraps, make better content, and put your, you know, do what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? My question that I have for you guys is in the comment section, would you all like to make $10 billion deals? If you guys are interested in $10 billion deals and you want to try to get the power and influence that comes behind that, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, then give me a thumbs down. Also, if you like talking about these kind of this kind of content before we get into the main stuff, also let us know in the chat. All right. So I'm going to run through this article real quick. All right. And you guys can stop me wherever you want to. All right. And then we'll get into that video. That interview was 4 hours long. So we're probably not going to be able to watch all of it. Hopefully we'll be able to get to some good parts. And then before we get to the end, we will be able to ask if you guys want us to do a part 2 of that interview or not. All right. So now here it says Saudi Arabia's Arab-China Business Conference inks over $10 billion in deals. The Arab-China Business Conference yielded billions of dollars worth of deals on electric vehicles, mining, technology, and more. Now, can I ask all of you guys a question? Do you all pay attention to the international business dealings when these countries have these giant conferences and they pass money back and forth? Like this is to the extent where you have because a lot of Arabs, quote unquote, are considered Asian. So like this is like global powernomics of passing money back and forth through quote unquote Asian hands, which, you know, Europe has been doing for a long time. They even got the EU nation, right? The EU economic bloc, but you know, not something that you even see going on an international level. So the continent of Africa might not, you know, it might not hurt them to read a couple chapters in Powernomics, but what do you guys think? Oh, okay. What do you think about that, Grind?
About between I guess the Asian power structure over there or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's like TD said. We're kind of starting to lose a little bit of influence, and they're kind of gaining a little bit. China slowly trying to take over Africa and all that good stuff. So this is only building them up.
Yeah, I agree. What you think, Grind?
Yeah, I think on that eventually China and the United States are gonna have a war. Eventually, I mean, this was leading up to America's losing its influence. The economy's starting to tank a little bit. So I mean, eventually it's gonna have to be some kind of conflict.
Yeah, I agree. That's probably coming. It's probably coming real soon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now here it says a business conference aimed at boosting ties between China and the Arab world concluded in Saudi Arabia on Monday, resulting in several deals between Saudi and Chinese entities and renewed momentum for China's push into the Middle East. All right. The Arab-China Business Conference was held in Riyadh on Sunday and Monday. The conference featured various panels, workshops, and networking sessions on energy, finance, mining, pharmaceuticals, and more. Now, let me ask you guys a question for this. See, this is what's hilarious because people never ask the right questions in the right place. If you ask me, this is one of the right places to ask the right question. How many black people do you think were here?
It was a Myron black person, quote unquote.
Yeah, no doubt. Myron might have been there, but that's about it. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says among the speakers were representatives of various Saudi and Chinese entities, as well as the governments of Bahrain and Egypt. The conference resulted in more than 30 investment agreements worth more than $10 billion being signed. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Everybody who was at that conference, how well do you think the generations of their family are going to have it?
You're going to have it pretty good. It's going to be, yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about they kids.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys think that this kind of breaks up the international power structure?
I think so.
Yeah,
because we're sitting up focusing on who's going to change their organs and all that. What kind of rainbow colors are you wearing?
Oh man, I saw something more cringe and crazy than that troll that called in to the stream. I saw a video where there was like some Marines or something like that, and they were dressed up like MLD post surgery, and they were playing with sex toys with their mouths.
Oh no!
Oh
yeah,
that's pathetic.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, that's an invitation to come invade us.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, come on, man.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's pathetic. Anybody that might be LGTV, I'm not saying like, yeah, just do what you do, but yeah, that is not a good look for other countries that doesn't like us.
Right. Well, we can even draw the LGBT people into the conversation because, you know, doing that kind of stuff, that's not part of any military drill, is it?
Nope.
That's part of the recreational drill, not the military one. So,
right.
You know,
right.
So now here says the following is a list of some of the deals according to official Saudi press agency. So here's the money right here. So keep track of this money. The Saudi Ministry of Investment and Chinese electric vehicle manufacturer Human Horizons signed a $5.6 billion deal to form a joint venture to develop and manufacture and sell vehicles. The firm manufactures vehicles in China under the name Hi-Fi. The Saudi AMR Lula company signed a $533 million deal with Hong Kong's Zhihong Huan International Group out there. Hopefully I said that right.
Angie,
to build,
you did.
See, I'm sure to ask Angie how to say it because I'm sure I didn't say it right.
Yeah,
I did.
I think she's gonna probably say like Zhonghuan. She has like an extra little like flavor she put on it and all that and everything. So I can't even pronounce it like her.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to Angie. You know what I'm saying? So now here's the Saudi Ask Group and the China National Geological Mining Corporation signed a $500 million cooperation deal on copper mining in Saudi Arabia. The Saudi Investment Ministry and Hong Kong Android developer Hibobi signed a $266 million deal to develop mobile applications related to tourism and other unspecified sectors. The Saudi AI is this? Oh no, this is the Saudi Al Safwa Building Company Limited signed a $266 million deal with the China Gezhauba Group. To ask her if I said that Gezhauba Group, Gezhauba Group. Internet.
Like sure. You said, Jessica Alba.
Yeah, Jessica.
Well, I thought you said the Jessica Alba Group. I'm like,
what? Right, bro. These names are really difficult to pronounce, so we'll just go with the numbers because I can't pronounce that. These are 266 million, 250 million, 150 million. So we're talking about big bank. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about the kind like they be having on TikTok, which that kind ain't bad neither. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But you know, so what do you guys think about that? That's some pretty impressive money passing hands.
Right.
And shout out to Torian who just joined the live stream. What's good with it, bro?
Oh my bad. My bad. I was preparing to upload or schedule my upload video for tomorrow. You know, tomorrow's the history lesson, but I had to go in on Dinesh before I came on here.
Bro, give us a little synopsis of what was going on with Dinesh. And since Patrick Bet David kind of looks like Dinesh in this picture, we can do some fake news right here and put him up and have it like he's Dinesh.
Well, basically there was a tweet that went out back like towards the end of May where this guy was talking about the political landscape, and it was like it was a white guy that had posted it. Now, mind you, in the tweet he left it pretty open-ended. He didn't mention any demographics as far as race or anything. He didn't even mention like gender or nothing. He just mentioned like the GOP and some other things. Dinesh retweeted that tweet and then brought in about black people are low IQ and how white people and Asian people are significantly doing better than us. Meanwhile, this guy has a whole felony, is a whole felon. If y'all didn't know, Dinesh is a whole felon. Like back in 2014, he basically was sending money or misusing funds for political gains, him and his wife at the time, like thousands of dollars. And he's a convicted felon, even though he didn't do any time in jail. He only got like probation. But then when I was going through it as well, someone has sent me some like articles, like some screenshots of different articles from years, like a couple years ago, that pretty much dispel about this thing about how Asians or people in India are doing so well financially. Well, not so much financially, but on the intelligence side, because there's always this thing that they're always so much smarter and whatnot. One of them was how they were using bootleg ACT tests so they could pass them, or reusing old tests that they've already taken so they'll have the answers. They also said that 90% of people in India who start businesses fail like within the first year because they don't know what the hell they're doing, because they just get shoehorned into the like business economy with no experience. They just throw them into the market. And then I also had to take a dig at I had to take a little petty dig at Dinesh's homeland. I said, well, at least when I go outside, it's because I'm trying to get the fresh air and, drive wherever I need to go, opposed to people over in India who, when they go outside, they have to use it as a toilet because they don't have good indoor plumbing.
Damn. You know what I'm saying? Destruction.
Tori not playing no games.
Destruction. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's Tori and rage right there. So now here's my question, and this is my question, especially to the 11 quiet people on Rumble who are hate watching. You know what I'm saying? Especially to you guys, because Dinesh D'Souza, that's you guys, boy. That's your man's right there. That's your model minority fella. My question is, out of all of the high IQ tweets that he made, the first question is, have any of those tweets been the solution to improve any of these disparities that he's so concerned about? And the second question is, how much more intelligent is every single person who doesn't have any felony than him? Because he couldn't do what it was he was doing without getting a felony for it. Well, not only did he fail at the crime, he failed at evading the law.
Well, here's the thing that's interesting about like him saying what he's saying, given his past. And I got to go back into boxing again, but this time it's about Floyd Mayweather, so like, Rob be able to follow, right? I find it interesting how, like, just going to what he's saying about like, low IQ and all that kind of stuff. He can be a whole degenerate who's been caught, felon, all that, but yet still walking around with this mindset of like, but I'm better than you ninjas. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it was really interesting to see. It was like, I think it was this past weekend, right? Floyd Mayweather had an exhibition fight against like John Gotti III or something like that. It's like John Gotti's grandson, and I don't know if Rob or Torian, if you guys saw how that played out, but it ended in a brawl, right? Just to get through the story, ended in a brawl, and all these people jumped in the ring, yada yada yada. And what was interesting about it is that John Gotti's granddaughter, you can say, started issuing threats to Mayweather's daughter. Like, now what Mayweather's daughter has to do with anything, I don't know, which is nothing. But like, she started going in on Mayweather's daughter, saying that your daughter had a baby by an animal, and she's referring to NBA Youngboy, right? Because NBA Youngboy is, for those of you who don't know, I think he has like 10 kids by like 8 different women, something crazy like that.
Wow.
And he's only like 24, but like, she had a baby. Mayweather's daughter had a baby with him, So my point is that, just so I can, speed through this, she referred to NBA Youngboy, but as well as Mayweather and his daughter as zoo animals. You get what I'm saying? Like she was like, yo, I'm sure Kid Grind and Motivate saw that. Like she referred to them as zoo animals. Referred to Mayweather as a zoo animal, his daughter as a zoo animal, and the young boy as a zoo animal. And my point is like, outside of the racist component of it, you in following me, right? You might could say something like that if you were actually walking like the line of being a good, decent human being in life, but you literally come from a family of degenerates. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like your name, Gotti, is built on degeneracy.
Right.
Yet, some way, somehow, you're walking around with the idea that you're better than us.
Right.
It's like, what?
And on top of that, TD, the so-called Italian who has only been white for only like a little over 100 years. Like they're what I call the recent white.
Right. That's that white supremacy Super Saiyan value chain.
And apparently, I don't know TD or Grind if you guys saw this as well, but I had saw there was a picture floating around on Twitter, and it was like from I guess like maybe a New York Post or one of those big publication newspapers up there in New York, maybe the New York Times, at like way back in the day when John Gotti was in jail, and it was a picture of him. He had like a gash on his head and he was bleeding. Apparently he got into some kind of like incident in there, and apparently a black dude beat his ass. So when I'm looking, I was like, so now I think I see where it's stemming from.
Right.
I saw that photo online, and from my understanding, the backstory, like you said, it was a photo of John Gotti with like a bloody gash on his head. And as the backstory, as far as I know, is that like he called somebody black in prison. I don't know, just a racial epithet. You know what I mean? I don't know if he called him N-word or monkey. I don't know what he said, but like he the same way his granddaughter was calling Mayweather and his daughter and NBA YoungBoy zoo animals. I'm assuming it was something of that nature that he said to in there, and like the brothers whooped his ass. You know what I mean? And there was a bloody gash on his head. And from what I read very briefly, it was at that point that I think it was the Aryan Brotherhood extorted John Gotti in prison for protection. So John Gotti, I guess he was trying to roll soul, like I'm Gotti, like I'm good, But when them brothers put hands and feet on him, he ran over to the white supremacists for protection. Or I should say, they extorted him. They were like, "Hey, we got you for a little bit of change."
They play dirty too, man. When they talking about extorted, they probably would have had no problem turning him over to, what I'm saying, because they not looking at him like he's a white person. So they don't care really, you know what I'm saying? They just turn him right over to the black dudes in jail. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the chat spam mafia over there killing it, getting 6 and ×6 and ×7 combos. Let's get them combos up to 20. Let's check this out. When you guys are ready for me to stop this, just let me know and I'll stop.
My goodness, I didn't even realize that this thing was 4.5 hours. I just happened to look down at the time. I'm like, my goodness.
Yeah,
we definitely Torian getting scared. He said, "We're gonna be here how long? Like, we're gonna be here all day, all night." Torian.
Nah, we can't do that. We can't do that. You know what I'm saying? But we might be able to
stream about 15 hours long.
Right, but we might be able to actually do a follow-up if that's something that you guys are interested in. So let me know in the chat, guys, if you guys if we don't finish this, which we of course won't, if you guys want a part 2, give us a thumbs up in the chat. If you guys do not, then give us a thumbs down. And if we get 10 thumbs up, then we will do the part 2. All right, y'all, I'm gonna run it.
So a lot has changed since the last time we sat down with Andrew Tate. Last time we sat down with him, you were the most Googled man on earth. Today, effective last 2 days, you are now the most Googled woman on earth.
Correct.
According to your Twitter profile.
Correct.
And we wanted to make sure after the BBC interview, you made certain requests. Yeah. You said you want, moving forward, there to be a $50,000 fee.
Hey, I ain't about to lie. As much as I don't like this dude, got to give him game on that podcast studio. Y'all got to smash that like button and hit that bell and share the stream so we can get reacts clean like that. So we can get just talking with TD and Rob clean like that too. We'll just switch signs on the.
Tate's out, ain't it?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think that's Tate's house.
Yeah, so we can't give him that credit.
Oh, that's Tate's house that they're in.
That's Tate's house.
All right, man. Well, forget all that. We need a house. Hit us up with that real estate griff. You know what I'm saying? So we can get a house for y'all.
When people sit down to do an interview. So we wanted to make sure the ESG score for this interview would be very high. We got you $50,000 Target gift card.
I appreciate it very much.
People in America will appreciate that. And then you also said cookies. So Adam got you some Tate cookies.
Amazing.
To make sure we match that. And then
one for your brother as well.
We did bring a Bud Light, but unfortunately, Vinny finished it on the way here. Vinny, you know, we
I'm already a girl. I don't need Bud Light.
Yeah, so we respect that. So, but anyways, look, a lot's obviously changed from last time to this time. Last time we said,
all right, got you, bro. Go ahead.
No, what did Tate just say?
He said I'm a girl.
No. Like right before, like when he was go back like 10 seconds or whatever, like 20 seconds. I just wanted because he was handing him stuff and then Tate said something.
Let me see. Let's see.
Like just like 10.
Fee when people sit down to do an interview. So we wanted to make sure the ESG score for this interview would be very high. We got you $50,000 Target gift card.
I appreciate it very much.
People in America will appreciate that. And then you also said cookies. So Adam got you some Tate cookies.
Amazing.
To make sure
You said stop it.
Nah, keep going.
Keep going. Okay.
Match that, and then we
one
did,
for your brother as well.
We did bring a Bud Light, but unfortunately, Vinny finished it on the way here. Vinny, you know, we
I'm already a girl. I don't need Bud Light.
Yeah. So
is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. What did he say? I'm already a girl, but what?
He said. I think he said I'm only a girl. I don't need Bud Light.
Oh, okay.
I know what he meant when he said that.
Yeah.
What are they talking about? Oh,
the Dylan Mulvaney thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
that's
the thing that's the thing that everybody is making videos about talking about is woke.
I cannot listen. I have a whole video where I literally talk about how the word woke has become a joke. I can't wait for y'all to see this.
Yeah,
it might get pulled into the algorithm. So let's cross our fingers and our toes.
Oh yeah, and also let's make sure that we check that video out. So if you're a moderator in the chat, make sure you guys throw a link to Torian's channel in there so you guys can go over there and hit the bell icon twice.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably have that up there. Hopefully next week.
Next week, that's what's up.
Most likely.
That's what's good. And real quick, guys, if you guys haven't, smash that like button, share the video, hit the bell icon if you're not subscribed.
But we respect that. So, but anyways, look, a lot's obviously changed from last time to this time. Last time we sat down was around 9 months ago.
Yeah.
You had at the time been deplatformed from every social media platform. We came out here, we sat down, we spoke. The Matrix was attacking you. You were saying Matrix attacking me, Matrix attacking me.
Yeah.
From then on, Musk buys Twitter in October.
Yep.
He then reinstates you.
Correct.
In one day, I believe you get 1 million followers on Twitter. You're upwards of 7 million today.
Yep.
Every other account's taken down. I think even Tristan was taken down off of Instagram.
Yep.
And then, the arrest comes, the lover.
Now, here goes my question for you guys. Why do you guys feel that they got removed from Twitter and all of the other social media platforms? Why do you feel that removal took place? Let us know in the chat too what you guys think. Like, what is the actual community guideline on Twitter that you guys feel that they may have possibly violated?
Well, the community guidelines are so vague. I think at the time when he got removed from Twitter, I think it was mainly over like language that they felt was like misogynistic. You get what I'm saying? Because he's known more. If there's any type of critique on him, it's that more than anything. You know what I mean? That like he's a toxic masculinity kind of guy, like, and beats his chest like, yeah, I am toxically masculine, and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
And, he tells women what they will and won't do and should know their place and yada yada yada. You know what I mean? So I believe it was that type of language that got him removed from Twitter initially. You know?
Yeah.
Okay. So shout out to Above Average Joe. Above Average Joe said, bruh, Tate's hair is not growing up top, looking extra thin. Big facts. You know what I'm saying?
That's why he cut it. That's why he had the baldy for so long. They always say when your hair starts to thin, that's a sign the universe is telling you to, get the baldy.
Well, it's correct.
Yeah, but is the hairline though? That's the question. Yo, so do you guys think that him and Myron shaved the back of their heads to match or no? Because Myron kind of going bald too. What's that saying?
Is he putting a Beijing in his head?
He went to Turkey, I think. He got that thing implanted.
So you think he got some hair restoration?
Yeah, he did.
FUE.
Everybody was roasting him.
You can always tell because all you gotta do is like look at pictures from like a couple years ago, like when their hair looked more natural, and then look at pictures now. And some of them, if you pay enough money, you can get it where like because I've seen the implant process be done. They just take hair from like the back of your head and then they implant it where the hair loss is, so it just grow right there. But you can tell when you get the stuff that doesn't look natural, and his doesn't look natural.
Right.
His almost look like it's sprayed on.
Right. Do you guys
he didn't get the LeBron special. He didn't get the good stuff.
He got AstroTurf.
Kevin Durant may need to get that, because I've seen, listen, not to get off topic, but I cannot. I said, Kevin Durant, I'm gonna need you to like wear a hat or like some kind of a do-rag at all times, because looking at his patchy head, that is like, it's real. I'm gonna be honest, it kind of scared me a little bit.
It's bad.
Yeah, it is bad. Like, y'all think LeBron's was bad? Like, Kevin Durant's has patches.
Yeah.
Yo, I know we like dummy off topic now. We're gonna get back.
That's all good. No, that's all good.
But speaking of that, listen, man, like, you know, like on the main channel, like I've joked about like my hairline and thinning hair and stuff like that quite a few times, right? So like on the top of my head, it's like a thin arch. Like if I put my head down, like it'll look wild, right? Like if I were to put my head down, like it's like, you know, there's like, you see my hair is going at one point, and then there's like a cutoff where it's like super thin, and then the hair continues again, like, you know. So my point is like, listen, I'm telling you, if you got the right barber, man, this is like the first time I got my haircut like last weekend, right? This past weekend, I believe it was, right? And like I noticed, you know, however my barber was cutting my hair, like he was at the top of my head, but he was just moving around a lot. You know, I don't know how to explain it. It's like it wasn't like he was just it wasn't like he was just coming down. You know what I mean? It was like he was like extras with it. And I guess he always do that, but I never pay attention. So I asked him, I was like, hey, bro, like so when you cutting people's hair, like it's not as easy as just swooping down, you know what I'm saying, one time, like you got to do like some extra stuff. And he was like, nah, see, you know, you got that spot up top of your head, you know, you're kind of patchy up there, right? And I said, yeah, you know. And then he showed me what my hair looked like at that moment, because he was cutting it down. But at the moment when I was looking at it, he's like, you see how that look? Like, you see the spots in your head? I said, yeah, I know about that. I see the spots in my head. I'm getting thin up top. He said, yeah. All right, now just, you know, what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna blend it all in, but you know, just follow me. You feel me? I was like, okay, cool. You know, bro, at the end of my haircut, he gave me the mirror, and I said, what the freak? Like, how did you do that? Like, when I was looking at the top, like, you don't see it no more. It's gone. Like, you know. I don't know how he did, because he didn't spray. Like, if you didn't know any better, you would have thought he hit me with the little spray or something like that on top of my head, and he did it. He
hit
literally
you with the epoxy.
Yeah, like I don't know how he did it, but like he does it in a way to where, like, you know, he lowers it and he maneuvers around and then he blends it in. I'm like, how you blend hair together? What are you talking about? But he did it. You know?
Man, that's wild. That's hilarious.
A lot of folks, man, just need the right barber. I don't know. Kevin Durant got all the millions of dollars, but don't got a good barber. That's the problem.
Right. Yeah, that's wild. Kevin Durant got the playground nappy hair too. I ain't trying to.
Yeah, playground nappy. He been in the sandbox rolling around.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'll talk about, you know, because you know how it be, like some, like when you be playing real hard, you get real sweaty, you know. You already know what I'm talking about. You already know what I'm talking about, bro. Them naps roll up even tighter. Like them bad boys, like, they suck down on your head, and that's how Kevin Durant is. Like that, like he one of them type of cats that for real. Like, you know, you ever seen them cats that be trying to do the wave maintenance and they brush their hair like every 2 seconds? Like he need a wave cap on top of the do rag and the brush maintenance every 2 hours, because like look at Durant before a game. And then look at Durant after a game. Like before the game, the hair be brushed, he be cool, everything be all good. But after the game, he be having them little individual like Brussels sprouts. You know what I'm saying?
the BDBs.
The BDBs, yeah.
That's how LeBron hairline be looking after a game. You ever see how the front of his hair be like, the front of his hair be like lifted up? Like, why is it up?
Yeah, right. Because you ever heard of kitchen, like how people had kitchen in the back of their head?
Uh-huh.
LeBron James, the only person that got a kitchen hairline. Like his whole hairline looked like the back of somebody's head, which is wild. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then he got the matching hairline with Myron Gaines. We should start calling him LeBron Gaines.
More like LeBron Rogaines.
Right, Myron Rogaines. That's hilarious. All right, y'all, I'm gonna run it.
Boy, all these articles, and Vice releases the hit piece on you guys. You know, they're saying what they're saying, and I'm sure we're going to get some comments on that. The initial 30-day lockup was extended twice, 92 days in the dungeon. We had a chance to speak with one of your lawyers, Tina Glandian, on February 24th. It was a great conversation we had with her. Then eventually you're released. You and your brother come out, and you specifically make it clear that you did 7,417 push-ups.
Correct.
Very impressive. You received letters from thousands of fans. You read the Quran on a daily basis. At no point was any charges, anything official charge. It was all allegedly. And while you were away, a new star was born, Dylan Mulvaney, which I'm sure you're familiar with. From there on, a lot of comments were made. Comments of people that supported you, comments of people that didn't support you. Logan Paul said by 2023, he will not have a sliver of relevance, is what he said. KSI said Andrew Tate snitched on himself after getting racial by Greta Thunberg. Destiny said Andrew Tate has been arrested for rape charges in a country he specifically lives in to avoid rape charges because he was beefing with a autistic child on the internet. I think he's referencing the great Greta. Matt Bernstein advocated to get you kicked off of Instagram. And he's part of the Blue Pill community, a big famous makeup artist. Ethan Klein said, and that's why I call him Andrew, the human trafficker. He sent me a cease and desist threatening to sue me for defamation for saying he's a human trafficker. What else am I supposed to call someone that buys and sells human beings after their will? Tate, the human trafficker. NBC in January 2023 said Andrew Tate said,
I'm really interested to see what Duke and Don say on their stream tonight about this, because I can see why they would make that stream with that title, because these kind of questions that Patrick Bet David is asking, it's like he's in DJ Vlad mode, but passive aggressive. And it's like Andrew Tate's not catching that. He's just asking them these revealing questions. And
it's not even really questions.
Yeah, he's just kind of making statements.
It's like he's reading off a list. That's like literally, because the whole time he's looking at his screen. He's barely giving Andrew Tate any eye contact.
Yeah, big facts. Super facts. And Terrence Jackson says this dude is just stirring the pot. I agree. If you guys agree with that, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. What do you guys think?
You know, Tate's what's the word I'm looking for? I think it's like sense of awareness. What's the word I'm looking for? Situational awareness, I think the word is really bad. And he has really bad judgment, right? You know, and I remember we talked about this once before. When he did the documentary, who did he do a documentary for?
It was
Rob?
Vice. It was Vice.
It was Vice. And you remember his brother, when his brother like came into the picture, basically his brother was like, bro, why are you doing this? Like, remember, like he was like trying to talk him out of it. Like, why do we have this camera crew following us around? Why are they on the podcast? Like, this is a setup. Like his brother was trying to talk sense into Andrew. And but Andrew he's all about the clout. He's all about the exposure. He thinks all exposure is good exposure, right? But he doesn't have like a sense of awareness, like if he's getting played or not. You know what I mean? Or if somebody's speaking, or if somebody's doing something that could be like incriminating to him. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, his brother is the one that kind of has the more level head, you know, versus Tate, who's just kind of, I don't know, he's all about the clout. He's all about the attention. You know what I mean? And so this kind of stuff goes over his head.
Yeah, I gotta agree. You guys agree?
I agree.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, y'all.
That he broke a woman's jaw and that his business was a scam ahead of Romanian charges. Rolling Stone said, meet Andrew Tate, ex-kickboxer, red-pilling the angry young men of America. These are people that didn't support you. Now, these are people that supported you. Tucker Carlson, he comes out and he says on Full Send podcast, first of all, he's really smart.
Yep,
the spirit that animates Andrew Tate is...
Go ahead.
And with that said, I'm just not, unless I'm tripping, that's not Tate's brother, right?
No, that's the other guy from Valuetainment. You talking about the guy that's at the table there with the paper?
Yeah, that's the Valuetainment. So I think it's interesting that his brother isn't there. You get what I'm saying? Like he chose not to show up. Like, nah, I'm good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you got it. If you want to do that,
let's just say that his brother knows how to read the room.
Yeah, his brother know how to read the room. Like, nah, I'm all right, man. I'm gonna do something else.
Right, that's big facts. So Cameron asked a good question, and I think we should expand on that question and let us know what you guys think about the answer to this question in the chat. Is red pill a crime? What do you guys think?
That's definitely not a crime.
It's not a crime. It's not illegal. There's no such thing as illegal red pill.
There's no such thing as illegal red pill.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I highly doubt that is a crime.
Well, one thing that I think is interesting, and I had shared this with Grind and Motivate, and this actually might call for a retro reacts. This might actually call for a retro reacts. But there was a video from 2 years ago where Abba and Preach made a video called "Why the Red Pill Community is Necessary." Remember that, Grind?
Yep, I remember.
So I think we might have to check out that video and see why it is that things done changed, like Notorious B.I.G. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right, so let's get it.
Very clear and very obvious, and it's not a malicious spirit at all. Andrew Tate's core message is respect for yourself, act like you're worth something, achieve something, do something, get the fuck off the couch, put down the porn, go do something with your life. That's the greatest message that anyone could give. It tells you everything about the people in charge who say that's threatening. What is that threatening? The same people who live on the pedo island with Epstein and the same people that were friends with Harvey Weinstein were claiming to protect women by rebuking Tate. That's Tucker Carlson. Piers Morgan, who originally, when he went on, it was very combative.
Correct.
It was a very good interview, entertaining, but it was also interesting to see him trying to push you. And then he flips and he says, "This is."
So I got a question for you, because you guys see they're naming off all of these people, right? They named off Tucker Carlson. Now they named off Piers Morgan. Full Send podcast, which is the one that Ice Cube went on with talking about the Democrats, where he had went viral earlier in the year. I want to say a couple of weeks ago. My question is, how much influence do you all think that the value chain had on making Andrew Tate as expensive as he is? Because how many people watch this interview live right here? This was on the PBD podcast right here, if I'm not mistaken. And how many people watched this when they live premiered it on YouTube? Let us know in the comment section. If you guys watched this video when it live premiered, give me a thumbs up. If you guys did not, give me a thumbs down. Did anybody on the panel watch it while it was live premiering?
No, I didn't even know it was premiering.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
I only come around. I only talk about these people when I come on here. outside of here, they are not in my sphere.
Nah, I feel it. I feel it. See, we specialize in grifting over here, so we definitely talking about this. You know what I'm saying? How many people live viewing the premiere do you all think that there were? Just give me a number.
I know the answer because Rob told me already, and it's something crazy, but so I won't say it. But you know,
I would say
17,000.
I'll say 20.
Y'all are way off.
Way off.
It's higher than that. It was higher than that.
Far
the
higher
price,
than that,
bro. This seems like the price is
50,000?
right. Nah, you can't go again. The price is right, man.
Well, since he did go again, and it doesn't matter, I'm gonna just say far higher than that. Give us some numbers in the chat.
It was higher than 50.
Higher than 50.
What platform?
There you go. It was on YouTube.
I don't believe it.
It was about 150,000 people live.
I don't believe it. I really don't.
Oh, and Win, Lose, or Rug. He said there was, so he must have saw it at a different point. At the point when I watched it, there was about 150,000 live. Win, Lose, or Rug said that there was 300,000 when he was watching it.
I mean, because mind you, this is now an interview now that has like I think 13 or 20 million views on it. So you know that's about fitting. 100K live viewers. And it's now sitting at like what 13? What was it sitting at right now? It's sitting at like what 13 million?
Probably 13 million. So
and
look
in
at
24 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, that's bots, though. I think it's bots. I mean, because like the other interview that they had with that woman, with I don't know his name, Tate, what he had with that woman was more interesting than this interview right here. This guy is just pretty much cuckolding him the whole time.
I don't think that it was bots, and the reason why I don't think that it was bots is because remember Andrew Tate had been Google searched so much that it changed the Google analytics. So my thing is that the Valuetainment already has access to about 4 million people, I think is what their subscriber base is. So if everybody that is on their channel is interested in what Andrew Tate has to say, he's going to start off with a even higher, initial viewers on that premiere. And with the initial viewers being so high, it's probably going to push it out to more people. I tell you what, as I was watching that chat, you couldn't even type anything. It was going so fast. It was insane. CP the artist says at one point he saw 571,000 live.
That's crazy.
Hey, let me say this too. This guy right here looked like he just transformed from a rat into a person, and now he's trying to tell you something.
Yeah.
Like Snoop Dogg did in what video was that? G thing when he turned into the
dog.
Yeah. Or was that Dre Day? Which was that Dre Day?
I forgot which video that was. I forgot which one that was.
That's hilarious. So what do you think about all this, Jay, that you've seen so far? And shout out to you. Welcome to the stream.
I mean, very interesting. I think, like I said, he's cockholding him a lot. He's not really saying anything. He's pretty much he's playing a culture war game. He brought up Dylan Mulvaney with the Bud Light. He brought up Tate's identifying as a woman. So it's a lot of culture war stuff and a lot of this. It's like the sugar and fat that you want to give to people to lure them in. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, because
I would agree. On my fault. You go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro.
No, I was gonna say I'd agree with that. Like, I just with everything that Jay is saying, like I understand. Like, this is like the content creator in me. Like, when you pick up on things, it's like, he's doing a really good job as getting his clips in order, getting his YouTube shorts in order. Like, he's hitting all the stuff that he's about to clip up and reshop around, like throughout all social media and all of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see that kind of stuff and I just pick up on it. Like, yeah, I see you. Good job. Good job. Get it all out. Say all the stuff that people are gonna go crazy for.
Yeah, I agree. And that's what I was gonna ask you guys about the value chain, because, like, believe it or not, like, I want to ask you guys a question. Off of this 4-hour interview, how much money do you think is generated with all of the content recreation, all of the content remixing?
You mean like overall for like everybody, like with the reaction community and stuff like that?
Yeah, with the reaction community and
millions.
Yeah,
facts.
Millions. Yeah. All the ads. Yep.
Yeah. Well, and they've clipped up multiple videos, multiple 20-minute videos, multiple 15-minute videos, multiple 5-minute videos, and they've posted them all over. They've posted them on Valuetainment, they've posted them on PBD podcast, and they posted them on Valuetainment Money. So I mean, like, out of this 4 hours, this 4 hours probably made millions in itself. And then in addition to it, some of the reaction content, there's probably going to generate a higher amount of views from the total of all the reaction content than to that. So, like, my question is, do you guys see like the compiling of that whole value chain and how they're using their own name recognition to also mix that with Andrew Tate's name recognition, put it all together into one big package, chop it up, and then distribute it while they're getting all of that money back from it and getting all of the views, as well as they getting free advertisement because all of the people that's doing reactions to it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Really, oh, my fault. Go ahead.
No, you got it.
No, I wasn't going to say much. I was just going to say, like, they clearly over at Valuetainment, got this down to a science. You know what I mean? They got it down to a science in terms of just how to run this whole YouTube / social media operation, and it lends to, like what I was saying earlier, to why they've gotten as big as they've gotten. You know what I mean? Like, because just money alone, like, there's a lot of money that's backing them. I don't know where the money comes from and who that initially backed it, and who still is, but at the end of it, money alone doesn't guarantee you views and all that type of stuff and explosive growth and everything like that. You got to kind of have that mind to really get this thing down to a science, to where it really takes off. And I mean, that's what they do over there, man. They just got it figured out.
Right.
Yeah, I gotta agree. What do you?
I agree 100%. I think that Valuetainment, they should take advantage of this opportunity because, like, they're not entertaining at all. So right now is the time for them to take advantage of this, to pretty much try to get all that, like I said previously, get that sugar to your audience. That way they're, rushing to your channel. But how do you maintain that? Because we see like people like Angry Man, they have like almost 500,000 viewers. I mean, 500,000 subs. But yeah, your live views and your videos are getting less than 10,000 views. So I mean, okay, this is a rush right here. That's good. But how do you maintain that? And I think they don't have that formula down. How do you maintain an audience? How do you get a sub and how do you maintain a sub? Is two different things. So I don't have a problem with their hustle. I think it's a pretty good hustle. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to work out for them because Tate's the main prize right here, not them. You got Tate, who's the winning cow, and you have this guy right here, who's the milking of the goat.
Right. Well, another thing that they do is they do make a lot of content based on a lot of the guest appearances that they have, because they've had some pretty notable people on the Valuetainment podcast. Do you guys know who all are some people that they've had on Valuetainment? I know they had Roland Martin, and that was the one time when they had Roland Martin. That's when their screen didn't work.
Just put it in.
Yeah, like I'm going through it right now. You know, I mean, obviously you got the Tate stuff, you know, but then they have Myron Gaines, Roland Martin, as far as like the names that we're more familiar with. There's this one. I don't know what this guy's name is, but he's like this conservative LGBTQ dude, and he's black. I don't know what his name is, but I'm familiar with him. He has
Jesse
him
Lee
on.
Peterson.
No, not Jesse Lee Peterson. But like even this dude's video, and I didn't even think that's crazy. Like I'm looking at this dude right now, and like these videos have like 367K views on it. You know, but like it's heavily based on like the people that he has on. Like he had Mike Tyson on 3 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? Like he has these big names on. You know.
Yeah.
Tim
No
Pool was recently on there last month. You know. And a
So-
bunch of other people that I never heard of.
You know what I think they're trying to do is I don't know if you guys noticed this. Like I was in 7-Eleven yesterday. I walk up to the front counter, and you know what was up there on the front counter? A Mr. Beast nutrition bar.
Oh yeah.
So I think that's what they're trying to do. So I see 2 YouTubers that's really using YouTube to influence the outside world. Mr. Beast, and there's also this guy called Mr. Ballin, who has a foundation, and I mean he's taking in buku money for that foundation.
Yeah, that's what we about to have. We about to have React's candy bars, the worst candy bars for you. I mean, I'm talking about just
React's energy drinks.
React's energy drinks. Facts. them React's energy drinks is gonna be like drinking Ciroc and motor oil. It's gonna rot your insides out, but it'll keep you up. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have React's candy bars. It's gonna be the best tasting chocolate that you ever had in your entire life. The only problem is you'll probably gain 10 pounds, and after you get the 10th pound, have a heart attack. But it's all good. You paid for it. You know what I'm saying?
So if you guys had any choice, what would you love your brand on YouTube to be associated with if somebody goes into a store?
The cash register.
Okay, let me go first. I would say I want to be on a carton of milk. You know what I'm saying?
On a carton.
And everybody's
okay.
Yeah. And on the back of it, it's going to say Excommunicado. It's going to have Coon in bold letters with Roland Martin face.
Shout out to Carlton Wade. Carlton says, yeah, I bought a Mr. Beast candy bar and it was delicious. Now, see, shout out to CP because CP says React's products sound like diabetes. Facts. Now, people don't want something unless it'll kill you. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely got to make sure that you get diabetes, high triglycerides, or the whole it tastes good package. You know what I'm saying? So did you guys want to say anything else, or you guys want to run this?
No, keep going.
All right.
Getting ridiculous. Romanian authorities must either charge him and his brother if they have actual evidence of crimes or release them. Musk obviously supported by restoring your account like this. Jake Shields said people are freaking out about young boys looking up to Andrew Tate, but totally fine with young girls looking up to Cardi B and the Kardashians. And obviously Aiden Ross, Red Pill community, Joe Rogan. I can go on and on and on about a lot of things that's being said. We watched the BBC interview, and we'll talk about BBC here in a minute because I have some questions on that as well. But the first thing I want to ask you is, 9 months, where we were at then, September, to where we are today, a lot's changed. How do you feel with everything that's going on? And tell us a little bit about your current state today.
Yeah, there's a very strange sense of terror that comes from knowing exactly what's going to happen to you. There's a strange sense of calm that comes from it also. But in the middle of the night, when you can't sleep, sometimes you feel happy knowing what they're trying to do to you, and sometimes you feel terrified knowing what they're trying to do to you. I think I'm very happy. Every single podcast I did previous to this, I hammered the point home, and I made it very clear that.
Let me ask you guys a question. Do you all really think that people are after Andrew Tate all like that? Here's my thing, right? A lot of these kind of people, like a lot of red-wing people and a lot of like right-wing people, if you ask me, they kind of have like this grandiose complex where they think that everybody is after them, which I mean, I don't understand. Like, who do you guys think that the world is more after, Vladimir Putin or the average idiot who follows QAnon? You know what I mean? So like,
all about who, I guess you could say all about who has the most influence.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Or the one that can like literally say something and then like they can change the aspect of however the system wants you to think in a particular way.
Yeah, that's true. What do you guys think? You guys agree?
I had to step away for a second, but I'm gonna be honest with you, man. When I see people like Andrew Tate, right? Like what I said earlier, like I don't know, man. There's nothing special about him. There's nothing special about what he talks about, what he says. He doesn't say anything profound, and I mean, I guess he says things that are controversial that, to some degree, you couldn't say, you shouldn't say, right? Because of the kind of climate that we live in. But outside of that, he's not he's not special, right? That's my point. And to a large degree, I feel like the hoopla around him in terms of him being like, oh, he's such a bad guy and things of that nature, and he has to get off of all these social media platforms. We have to ban him. I feel like a lot of it is just is really made up for the purposes of kind of just having like a bad guy within society, right? That we can point to and say, well, this is why we need censorship on social media. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he plays into a larger kind of ploy to justify censorship. I don't think that and when I say that, because I know it's like, tinfoil hattish, I'm not saying that he's in on it. He doesn't have to be in on it. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to be in on these kind of things for you to be getting played for the fool in the end. You get what I'm saying? That you don't have to be in on it. And I do believe that to a large degree, that's what the whole Andrew Tate hoopla is about. Because he's not controversial like that. He's not. I just don't. When people talk about him like as if he's just something great and special and so intelligent and whatever, it's just like he's really saying a lot of basic things. So to me, that's what makes me believe to a large degree, as it pertains to mainstream media and the attention mainstream media gave him, by labeling him as this evil person that needs to be censored across all social media. I feel like on the part of mainstream media, this is just one of many narratives that they run. I think people refer to this kind of stuff as psyops, right? This is this is like one of many psyops that are ran, to ultimately justify the end goal of stronger censorship across the internet,
Yeah, that's a great point.
Well,
I think it's also the delivery.
Facts. And I was just going to say that paranoia is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, big facts. Which one do you think is better, paranoia or cocaine?
Paranoia keeps you up at night.
They say cocaine might too. You know what I'm saying? So now, Average Joe says, "I don't really understand that extreme paranoia. It's like they intend to martyr themselves." And I gotta agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Ryan?
I think the same thing. I think he's a little self-centered to a degree. I don't know if people are after him like that. I think besides like the LGTV mafia, I don't really see anybody really gunning for Andrew Tate for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he positioned himself like you remember when you do that video where he took everybody to this camp and they were fighting each other? Like he's trying to get an army together for what reason? Like you guys aren't about to do anything.
And them guys they'll go delete themselves for him too.
Yeah, it's wild. He got like a cult following.
Yeah, it almost kind of reminds you of Jim Jones.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I also think that with Tate, kind of going back to my theory, is that I think that he did a really good job at capitalizing off of the attention that he was getting, right? To the degree,
absolutely,
that my theory holds true, right? That this is kind of a psyop, and mainstream media decided to target him. He had he had some traction on the internet. I'm not saying that he was nobody out here, right? He had some traction, but for whatever the reason being, like, he was chosen. We're gonna go after him, and we're gonna make him the bad guy. You get what I'm saying? Because there was a point, early on, when he was in the mouths of everybody at CNN and MSNBC and all these mainstream networks as somebody who's horrible and needs to be censored. You know what I mean? And I think he did a really good job at managing his way around that and utilizing that attention for his benefit.
Yeah, I gotta agree. If you guys agree with TD in the chat, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down.
And so he played into that. You get what I'm saying? Like, he plays into that, like, they're after me, they want me. Oh my God, you get what I'm saying? Like, he played off of that and continues to play into that. Because if that's the role that the mainstream has given me, well, then I'll go down that road and I'll play that character. You know what I mean? Right. If that's what's gonna, put the most money in my pocket and get me the most attention.
Right.
Facts. And I say one of the tragedies of losing the brother Kevin Samuels is that if Kevin Samuels were here, I don't think he would go along with this, and that would actually break a lot of the black folks away from this nonsense of the paranoia of Andrew Tate's.
Yeah, I think you're right, because Kevin Samuels, I think he had more influence than he realized.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, way more influence than I think that than he realized.
Yeah, I think. you know, even as confident as he was in himself, I think he played himself kind of short in the reality of how many people actually like took his word like gospel, which I'm not saying that anybody should. I'm just saying that was what was going on at the time, because to say that wasn't going on at the time that wouldn't be honest or accurate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Cameron made a good point. He didn't pop till after KS passed.
Yeah, facts. Super facts. I remember, Grind, tell him about that first Andrew Tate video that you did, because, man, Grind and Motivate is how I found out about Andrew Tate at first. I found out about Andrew Tate from Grind and Motivate's video, and then I think way back in the day, Duke and Don had did a stream on him. But that video that Grind did had me dying laughing.
Yeah, man. I think it was the first time I had ever saw him too. And he was basically just saying, you know, like, I guess he was kind of saying like treating women like slaves, and she don't need to be doing nothing, or leaving the house without his permission. And it was just all kind of weird stuff. And then he also was, you know, he got caught hitting that lady on the Big Brother thing, but they were saying it was like a, you know, like a kink or something like that. And there was people in the comments saying, yeah, well, Andrew Tate's gonna get you. You better watch out or something like that. You know, like they were threatening me for him.
Oh yeah, they do that, man. When they care, they not playing. You know what I'm saying? So now, shout out to Simply Too Deep on Twitch. Simply Too Deep on Twitch says, "I want you guys' opinion on this. What's your opinion on movies that show men in embarrassing situations that'll get you clowned, and how would you handle those situations in general?" So in the chat, let us know what you guys' thoughts are on that, and what do you guys think on the panel about that question. I'll leave it up so you guys can reference it.
I mean, that's kind of the norm that you see regularly in the movies now. You know what I mean? Just with the man always being a fumbling, bumbling buffoon, and the wife is the one who's smart and intelligent and has all the answers, and the man is always following behind the woman. Like that's standard practice, you know, these days. And like, you know, and if you got a solid lady that doesn't really like rock with that kind of stuff, like my wife, like she notices that kind of stuff too. You know what I mean? Like she will be watching a movie and she'll see it, and like, you know, I'll point it out and she'll be like, yeah, I was thinking, you know what I mean? Like that's facts. You know what I mean? Like she'll point that stuff out too. Like that's crazy. Like how they always position it so like the man is following behind the woman, and that the man is always like an idiot of some sort.
Right. That's the whole MCU now.
Man, I don't even mess with the MCU.
Yeah, that's the whole MCU. Now I think Guardians of the Galaxy was kind of the only thing that I've seen recently where they didn't really do that too much. And I think Torian said Spider-Man was good, so I got to see what takes place in that before I make my judgment.
Yeah. You should do you should do a reaction to it. Y'all know I don't be watching TV all like that, so I don't know nothing about what's going on in those.
Yeah.
Oh well, Cameron, he said I think he means in a dress or kissing a dude. A dude. Oh, I mean, if he talking about that, like I don't, you know, that's not my thing.
Yeah. Like that. What's that movie? The Old Guard. When they start having them dudes kissing, I was done with the movie.
What?
Yeah, it was about a movie about immortal soldiers or something like that, and they just couldn't pass. They couldn't die or nothing like that. And then it had like two dudes. I guess they just they've been living so long. They was the only guys that would live together, so they start kissing on each other in captivity of all places, while the dudes were watching them ready to kill them. And they just I just had to turn it off after that.
After they started kissing them dudes that was about to kill him probably looked at him, was like, y'all dead already, and then just walked away.
Right. It wasn't no like regular peck or nothing. Like they were like doing it like some, you know, the old school makeout scene.
Oh no, no. Yeah, no, that's too much. I don't know why they do. Let me just shut up. All right, so yeah, let's
tune up.
Yeah, that's terrible, man. I don't know why they do that in the movies, as if anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody trying to be watching all that. Who's trying to watch that? Like, who's trying to look at that?
Forrest McCloud. You know what I'm saying? What movie? I mean, I'm not trying to watch it though. You know what I'm just saying? You know what I mean?
I think he just want to be prepared so he doesn't come across it and like.
No, I'm not giving him that, Torian. Nope.
That's hilarious.
No,
shout out to my
he
man Forrest McLeod.
Forrest didn't want to be prepared. He was like, "Yeah, give me that movie."
That's hilarious, man. That's hilarious. So, yo, I think Rumble is actually winning. They got 25 people watching live over there now. So shout out to the people watching on Rumble.
Are they commenting or
damn.
are they hate watching?
Nah, they hate watching. They scared. And on Reacts, we got 25. So Rumble is tied with Reacts, and Grind and Motivate is winning by 1. He got 26. So shout out to y'all. So smash the like button where y'all at. You know what I'm saying? And hit the bell. All right, so let's run this some more.
They had the intention of trying to put me in jail. I said, there's 3 lives. They try and cancel you and slander you and destroy your name. They don't just want you to disappear from the internet. They want you to disappear from the internet in a cloud of shame. They have to shame you, which is why they chose the crimes they did for me. And it's why they usually choose the crimes they choose, because it's heinous. They want to shame you, and they want you to disappear with your head facing the ground and never pop up again. Obviously, they attempted to cancel me. I became more famous than ever before. I even said to you on your podcast, and I said
Pause
on your
that,
podcast,
pause
I said,
that.
they made a mistake.
I got
when
you.
You have power and you overuse it.
I just want you to hear, like, going back to my theory. You see what he said? He said they tried to cancel me, and I became more popular than I ever became before. I just wanted to, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Star Wars for putting that out there when they killed Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he said, "In death, I'll be more powerful than you ever know." You know
It is.
that alludes to that. It's crazy how many jewels are dropped in movies, and people just like they go right over people's heads. Like there's actual game that's dropped in movies. Would y'all agree in the comment section? Would y'all agree that there's actual game that's applicable to life that's dropped?
Of course. Look at the Dark Knight and all the lines the Joker had.
And notice how it's the villain that had the notable lines.
Hell
Even
yeah.
Bane had good lines. You know,
yeah, like the part like when he was in the hospital talking about when he was talking to Two-Face when he had the gun, and when he was talking about how like the order of things and how things happen according to plan, but then if something goes off, then everybody loses their minds. I'm like, wow, that definitely could be applied to now.
You know, one of my favorite movies ever. It's in my top 5, and a lot of people slept on this movie, don't really care for it. And it was also a movie that if you got it, you know what I mean. I'll say like this: if you got the point of the movie, it kind of hit you hard or resonated with you personally. So then you loved it, right? But if you didn't really get it, then you thought the movie was like, it's cool, or you might not have liked it. But it's this movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and I forgot what the girl's name is, but he was with her in Titanic also. It's called Revolutionary Road, right? And in that movie Revolutionary Road, they had this character in it who was like, he was crazy, right? Like he had quote mental issues, right? He's kind of insane, right? But as you watch the movie, he's the only one who's actually sane. You get what I'm saying? Like he's the one who's crazy, right? Clinically crazy or whatever. So whenever he opens his mouth, he's saying something that's supposed to be quote crazy, but he's actually the most sane person throughout the entire movie. You know, like all the sane people are the ones who are actually crazy. He was the one that was actually sane, but he's been the one that's been like labeled clinically crazy. You know, it's a really good movie. It's really, really good.
There's a theory that certain forms of what people consider crazy are actually a form of intelligence that's so high the average person can't interpret it, which is actually interesting because one thing, there's a high correlation of personality disorders and high IQ. Like most geniuses are narcissists. If you notice that a lot of the professions where more education or a higher information processing ability is required, people tend to be extremely cold, narcissistic, self-centered. If you go look at some studies about sociopaths, narcissists, dark empaths, and other people that have certain personality disorders, I think they call those type B personality disorders. High IQ tends to be something that runs concurrently with them. Like narcissists, a lot of therapists won't even deal with narcissists because they're so they have such a high aptitude at being able to control and manipulate people that they can oftentimes manipulate a trained counselor or a trained therapist or a trained psychologist.
Well, to add on to that, I was going to actually preface one movie, and not the movie itself, but one character. And you guys aren't going to like this, but Django, Steven from Django. I think that there's a lot of people like him in real life.
A lot. Too many.
No, was that Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah. And as you can see, when Cornel West actually launched his campaign, the congressional YouTube Black Caucus, Roland Martin, Benjamin Dixon, they started acting like Steve from Django, down talking him every which way they could down talk him.
I was actually going to talk about that in my video about Cornel West, which is interesting because on the thumbnail that I have for it, I have a picture of Cornel West right next to a picture of Mr. Glass from Unbreakable.
I didn't I didn't catch that, but I mean I'm not surprised. So Roland Martin was going in on Cornel West for running.
Yeah,
Yep.
all the Democrats were. Joy Reid's blog did too.
All of the congressional YouTube Black Caucus.
Congressional YouTube Black Caucus. I like that. Yeah, I've seen people reaction on Twitter, but as far as like main, like head people like them, I didn't peep them. I just seen like just the regular kind of just Pope Blue no matter who normies you can say like going crazy,
Right. We got to shout out to Legacy Trolls. Make sure you guys throw some flames and radiation emoji in the chat for the Legacy Troll. We got hella hating ass ones in the building. What's good with it, bro? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think he's hating today. I think he's say what?
And I said, nah, he ain't hating today. He here for it today. You here for it today, hella ones? Let us know, bro. we got to do another we got to go in on Fresh and Fit again so we can get Cephas up in here.
Oh, right. And a full party and Marquis.
And
we need a full party. Yeah.
That's hilarious. All right, y'all, I'm gonna run it.
What happens is a rebellion. That's how a revolution starts. When you have power, you have to be very, very careful with how you use that power. The second you overuse it, there's a revolution, and we're in Romania, so they know all about that. That's exactly what happens. And I said at the time, I think I was a mistake. I think they made a big mistake canceling me the way they did. And then the second life, which I described, is they try and put you in jail for no reason. Here we are in the current scenario. I knew it was going to happen. And the third one is they put a bullet in your head. So we're going to have to see how the second life plays out. And yeah, I mean, when this is all over and I win the court case and I get the not guilty, I won't be smiling. I'll be walking out the courtroom with my head on a swivel. That's the kind of life I'm living now. I'm going to be thinking, oh, okay, so their second attempt failed. Now what? Like, do I want to fly private anymore? Do I want to go that place anymore? You start to think about these things. Like, do I want to do these things? A lot of billionaires dying in plane crashes. It's strange. So it's scary, regardless of how it plays out. And I guess you just have to go with the punches and see where it lands. And God has a plan for me and for all of us. And we're just going to see how it ends up.
Full disclosure, you don't have any suicidal thoughts.
I want to make it very clear, and I make it clear on absolutely every single podcast, I would never kill myself. I don't care what they say. I don't care what video they show you. Never under any circumstance would I kill myself. It's haram. Never. I don't care if they put me back in the dungeon, solitary confinement by myself for the rest of my human years. I would never kill myself, ever. So if that ever happens, God forbid, do not believe whatever garbage they tell you. The chance of me killing myself is precisely zero.
And you had this complete level of certainty that this is exactly how it would play out. You've said this on umpteen podcasts.
Now, check this out. You usually see a lot of paranoid social media content creators or, people that they say are quote unquote controversial figures or, conspiracy theorists that make that kind of disclaimer anytime they go on air. Let me ask you guys this question. Why do they do that?
What, that I don't have suicidal thoughts?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess just in case. just in case,
I want to be like him.
So they do it because they don't want to they don't want to get quote unquote what would you call that, suicided, deleted?
Yeah, they don't deleted. Want treatment.
I think the best performance of I'm not gonna delete myself was Justice Smollett in court.
Right.
Oh yeah, remember he was screaming, "I'm not suicidal! Right. I'm not suicidal!" He was screaming that out loud while he's getting like taken away.
All right, ain't nobody after you.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Hey, I know this is like super. Like I just had to interject this because like since we were talking about Roland Martin, and I think all of you have noticed this already, but like this is currently happening live right now. Like this man has the fakest YouTube channel with the fakest numbers like ever. Like this man is live right now. He has 1.7 million subscribers, by the way. Fake. He's live right now, and he's been live for 4 hours, and he has 90 people watching. I'm just like, what? But that's the norm. If you ever catch Roland live, it's always that low. It's like 35, 45,
Because his channel keeps growing.
Yeah, but since this live stream is about Trump that he has, like his live coverage of the arraignment, he has 90 as opposed to his usual 30 with 1.7 million subscribers. Like, it's crazy to me, bro. Like his numbers are like hyper inflated. Like, I'm just going through like videos right now. So like, because it doesn't make logical sense. You can't go live and you've been live for 4 hours and you got 90 people in here, but you got, videos that you've uploaded that have like 129,000 views 16 hours ago. Like, he has videos that have like these high view counts, but when you go live, you only have 90 people watching with 1.7 million subscribers. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
like your numbers are fake as hell.
Shout out to the Reacts podcast, because the Reacts podcast is the biggest small channel on YouTube. So shout out to us because we're actually competing with Roland Martin's live viewers, and we have less than 700 subscribers.
Crazy.
That's nuts, bro. It's nuts. Like, it just goes to show, like, with him, that he's so a part of the machine is crazy. Like, your numbers, you get views like that. Like talking about 118. I'm looking at, he has 129,000, 118,000, and you would think it makes sense given him having supposedly 1 million subscribers, but that's really like his views getting pushed out by the machine. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's not organic views where people are actually checking for him, because like when the time comes to show and prove, okay, bro, well, you're live right now and you only got 90 people here. You know?
Yeah, biggest facts. It makes absolutely no sense. And real quick, shout out to the people on Rumble. We now got 25 people watching on Rumble, so now Rumble is officially in the lead. So make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button over there. On Reacts, we got 20. So shout out to the people on Reacts. Make sure you guys smash the like button, hit the bell, share the video out. Grind and Motivate, shout out to Grind and Motivate. He got 27. So make sure you guys are smashing that like button and hitting that bell. And if you guys are enjoying the content, make sure you guys also check out our Discord channel, which is pinned in the chat section on the Reacts podcast page. And welcome back. Torian had came back, and then I think he disappeared again.
But to go back to what you were saying with, like, as far as like who's trying to like get him out of here or whatever, like that's just the paranoia. What were we talking about earlier? What's worse, paranoia or what?
Cocaine.
Yeah, cocaine. Yeah, that's the paranoia getting to him.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. And shout out to Forrest McLeod. Forrest McLeod said, "Roly Poly Martin." Now, don't lie, y'all. Okay, we need to have a moment of honesty. How many of y'all watch Roly Poly Martin?
I never do. Honestly, I never do at all, ever. For nothing, I was just thinking about it though. I was like, I gotta start watching it for content purposes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm mad that I missed that. That's why I went over it. I'm like, damn, I missed that. Like, I could have, I would have been doing a little video,
Yeah, man, that would have been. Oh yeah, you can still do it. Watch TD about to drop off right now.
Well, I was getting ready to drop off at the 2-hour mark, but not because of that. But like, if you do see a video pop up in an hour, I mean, I guess it is what it is. But that wasn't originally why.
Now, here goes my question. And Roly Poly is actually good that we're on him, because we can ask the question: why do you think that Valuetainment chose to debate him?
That's a good question. I don't know though. I can't even really give an answer to that. I mean, I don't really watch Valuetainment like that. Does he ever have opposition on his channel? Maybe this is his first time. Like, that was his first time wanting to like get into that. Like, because he's all about the whole anti-woke thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he figured, well, let me get Roland Martin on here and let me give it a go with him. You know what I mean?
I've never seen Roland Martin wax anybody. He waxed Valuetainment. He had them lying about they couldn't get their screen to work.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Which is wild. And it's like, bro, y'all got like $1 million studio and y'all couldn't get y'all screen to work when he asked you to pull up stats from a Washington Post magazine, and then Roland Martin pulled him up himself, and Patrick Bet David had a hissy fit. He was big mad. He said, "This is bullshit." Bullshit. He threw his pen down and everything. Bullshit. shout out to Jay. Jay had put something in the back chat about the Islam, Andrew Tate and Sneeko turning to Islam. What did you want to say about that, bro? Because I think that is something that's pretty interesting.
Oh no, I just was pointing out that he has just converted to Islamic not too long ago, and so did Sneeko, and I was finding that the correlation between them two kind of like kind of odd. You know what I'm saying, that they're both converting at this time.
Yeah. Now, why
Well,
do you
what's
think...
interesting too? My fault, because
No, go ahead, bro.
Is that I think Lil Durk just converted to Islam too. Like there was a photo that surfaced. Yeah, you saw that where like all of O Block, like the whole of O Block was like outside doing like the Muslim prayer on the rug. Like it was like what? And then there's like pictures of Lil Durk in the Muslim garb and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, okay, everybody's Muslim now. Okay.
Right.
Is there like a trend behind that, or is there a reason behind that? Like why is that becoming like a trendy type of thing?
I don't know.
I think that's really interesting.
I honestly couldn't tell you.
If I'm not mistaken, if somebody could verify this for me in the chat, I think Islam is actually the fastest growing religion in the world.
I believe that's correct. I've been hearing that for like maybe last 2-3 years now. I've heard that.
Yeah. I think that's wild, man. I think that's wild. So that's another element of the culture war. Do you think that there's... Go ahead.
No, I was really going to ask you, Rob. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that Islam is on the rise and Christianity is on kind of on a downward?
Well, I think
why do you believe that is?
Just simply the world changing consistent to how it should be changing, with Asia becoming more influential in the power structure. The Asian population of Asians make up the largest group of Muslims in the world racially. So since but now we're moving away from a European Christian dominated world, and there's a power shift moving in the direction of a Eastern like Asian, Russian influenced world. It makes sense that those ideals would start to be on a rise as far as popularity. I'm just going based strictly on trending with numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. I'm about to clip that up too. That was a good one. Thank you.
Yeah. See, there you go. Grift. That's what I'm saying. Grift. Ask me anything. You know what I'm saying?
Ask Rob anything, and then clip it up and put it to his shorts.
Facts.
I just saw something. So,
oh, my bad. Go ahead, Torian.
No, I was about to say, I just saw something so disturbing. I don't think I should talk about it like right now, because I know that it's going to be like a whole different thing. But man, what I just saw just disturbed the hell out of me. And I wouldn't have seen it if I didn't if the thing with my internet didn't mess up and I couldn't come back, and I was able to come back in because I saw it on Twitter.
Is that thing that you put in the back chat?
No, not that. That's crazy too. But yeah. But there was another video that I just saw, like literally when y'all was talking, because I had my mic muted and I was just scrolling through and I was looking at it, and I said, that is crazy.
Wow. Yeah, man. They put up any damn thing on Twitter these days. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all, we about to run it.
This is their agenda.
They have to damage my influence. They have to damage my influence. They can't sit there and let me be influential because I'm saying things that they don't like me saying. And there are people sitting around going, he's saying things counter to our message and counter to our narrative. Get rid of it. And they have a pretty standardized playbook. And this is probably one of the first times in history where their playbook just isn't working. Cancel him. He's still around. Oh, well, lie about him in the news. Just say he touches chicks. Well, no one believes it. Oh, all the comments are on his side. Everyone's calling us liars. Okay, then do it again. Make up a new girl. Then do it again. Find someone else. Yeah. And they keep attacking me with the same weapons, but the bullets are bouncing off. And that doesn't give me a sense of calm. That doesn't make me think, ha, 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 I'm invincible. It makes me think, uh-oh. It makes me think, uh-oh, because human life is cheap at the top. It's very cheap.
Does it make you want to sit on the sidelines and be quiet and just kind of live a life with your family, your kids? Does it make you want to do that? Maybe all these attention is actually not a good thing.
It's interesting because sometimes I analyze myself and think, why don't I just do that? Why don't I just disappear? I don't need money. I don't need fame. Why don't I just disappear? And then you have to, I was saying this to my brother, and he was like, well, Genghis Khan didn't need Vienna. Some people are just wired that way. Like, Vienna's a long way from Kathmandu. Sometimes that's just the way it is, or Ulaanbaatar. I apologize, the capital of Mongolia. That's just the way some people are. If I see injustice, And if I see things which I believe to be false, I feel like I am obligated to say the truth. I can't explain why, even if at my own detriment. What am I doing this for? Like, it's to the detriment of my life. And I've had these conversations at length with the people close to me, and we're all saying the same thing. It's always been the same way. Humanity has always been the same way. There's been a select, small, few good men up against evil, and evil always outnumbers you. Evil always has more money than you. They always have more power.
Now, what do you guys think about this hero sensationalism that he's doing here? Do you guys agree with this?
I'm not gonna lie. Like I was laughing to myself, when he was saying like, why don't I just hang it up? Why don't I just like, all that, right? And that just immediately came to my mind, right? For those of you who are familiar with my channel, which most of you are, in my head, I was thinking to myself, if y'all niggas just go keep voting blue no matter who anyway, I might as well go ahead and hang it up and, just spend time with my family. Y'all just gonna keep voting blue no matter who. I'm about to head out.
I feel it. I mean, I honestly think that's a legitimate thing that you have to look at.
Like, I'm about to dip.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, or you can look at it like that, or you can say, well, whatever I do, people are still gonna vote blue no matter who. You know what I'm saying? No matter how hard I try to give information, no matter what I do, I can't control what people are gonna do, right? Just realize that, and then just expand the grift.
Yep.
That's the only thing that you can do at that point. It's a realization that I think people need to consider. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Win Loser Rug. Win Loser Rug got me dying laughing. He said that Andrew Tate looked like mediocre tutorials and reviews right here.
That's funny. You got a ball fade.
Yeah, mediocre Tate in reviews. If you guys agree with Win Loser Rug, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't agree, give me a thumbs down. Mediocre Tate in reviews. That's hilarious.
Hey, but I gotta head out, y'all.
Okay, for sure, bro. Yeah. Appreciate you calling in. Make sure y'all show some love to TD. And if you're not subscribed on the Reacts channel, we will have the link for his channel linked in the description box, as well as Torian and Jada Informant and everybody else, so you guys can check out everybody's individual content.
For sure. I'll holler at you guys. Peace.
All right, for sure. Did y'all want to comment and say anything, or did y'all want me to go ahead and run it?
That's it. Loser Rug got it.
All right, let's get it.
Or influencing you. If you play any video game, when you get to the end boss, he always has more life than you. He always has more hit points, but you're the good guy. And it's kind of like, it's never been any different. At any point in human history, there's been the good guys up against the forces of evil, whatever they were at the time. And you've always been outnumbered, and you've always been supposed to lose.
So you consider yourself the good guy in this situation?
I think that truth is instilled by God in all of us. And I think if you tell the truth, you're a good person.
So who do you think is the bad guy? Everyone uses they, them, they're after me. Who's they? Who's the bad guy?
Well, instead of saying who, what I will start by saying is what they do. And what they do is they control information.
All right, so this is what I need everybody in the comment section to do. I need everybody in the comments to let me know when people talk about they, these ominous bad people, quote unquote. Who are they? And let me know what you guys think on the comment or in the on the panel. Grind, Jay, Torian. Who are quote unquote they?
I guess whatever they refer to as the woke mob is they for them.
To them, yeah. What do you guys think?
I mean, if I'm saying they, I'm talking about pretty much the feminist LGBT people who he puts down pretty much.
Right.
Well, what about you guys? Who is they? Who's they to you guys?
Oh, you already know. For me, the they people are, if we're talking about exclusively for my life, the congressional black YouTube carcass, the vote blue no matter who gang, the white saviors, those people, those are my theys.
Yeah, I feel it. What about you, Torian?
Anybody who I give a triple P to, dead or alive.
Facts. So it's an open so it's an open buffet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Pat Robertson, he's now a dead day.
Yeah, right. Big facts. Yeah, that's interesting.
Come on, Torian, that was one of the good ones.
That's
now
funny.
He's one of the dead ones.
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
Now, here's my question: do you guys think that any of the theys cross over with each other? What's the they crossover?
think LG TV crosses over with quite a few of those other days.
He said LG TV.
Yeah, I think they cross over.
What do you guys think?
I would say they run. Oh, go ahead.
The feminists.
Yeah, no doubt. I think that we might have to have a Reacts Rumble exclusive where we make a flow chart and talk about the quote unquote theys. How many people would watch that? Would you guys watch that on Rumble? The flow chart of who they are, quote unquote. I think that would be some good content. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. I'm gonna run it again.
And we now live in an information society, and by controlling information, they control how people think and act and react to things. That's all they have to do. They have to control information, and they have to be very selective with what they allow you to talk about, what they allow you to discuss, and what they don't. And once they can do that, they can keep you bickering about garbage, and they can control the sensitive information, and then they run the world. So having all the information controlled and having this hard barrier on what can be discussed, that's how they can purport absolute fallacies. I think now it's been a couple of years, we can probably talk about it. They psyoped the world into believing they should be afraid of the common cold. They psyoped the world into this. And if you think about how difficult that would be to do, how difficult would it be to psyop?
Let me ask you guys a question. Did the world get psyoped into anti-black racism?
Definitely.
Yeah, I agree. What do you guys think in the chat? If you guys think in the chat that the world was psyoped into anti-black racism, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't, then give me a thumbs down. And my question is, who ran and was in charge of that psyop? Who did that? And where they at? Why don't they hit the StreamYard link? real quick, ladies and gentlemen, if wherever you guys are watching from, if you haven't smashed the like button, please make sure that you guys smash the like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, make sure that you guys hit the bell icon twice and subscribe. And please share the video out. It would be great if we could get past 700 subs by the end of this stream. So help us out. Smash that like button. Hit the bell, share the stream out. We got 698. If we could get 700 by the end, that would be great. And shout out to my man We Lit in the building. Make sure y'all go and show him some love and check out his channel as well. He been the one killing it with the shorts. If y'all been enjoying the shorts, throw some flames in the chat. That's all We Lit right there. Go ahead, bro.
You know what I think would be very interesting if the opportunity would present itself, which I don't understand how this opportunity hasn't presented itself so far. If one of the like good content creators like yourself, Torian Reigns, TD Media, maybe Jason Black, Tariq Nasheed, because Tariq's always doing these Twitter spaces, and so on. If they will actually get somebody from leadership of any of the chapters of NAACP to explain why we should be supporting them.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down for that. So if you guys want that to happen, we can try to make it happen. You guys got to create the demand for it. You know what I'm saying? You got to start tagging, sharing streams out, tagging the people on Twitter.
It's really a shame too when you think about it. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
It's really a shame when you think about it, considering with the series that I'm doing and all the research that's there, every time the NAACP is mentioned, they had some use to Black people, who was going through what they were going through at that time. And it's crazy how it's completely pivoted into something completely different. Like it's a whole shell of itself or what it used to be.
Right. And I think one thing that we have to get into is that I think people don't understand that organizations change based on who's running the organizations. And NAACP was once at its pivotal moment, a pearl in the Black community. But now that pearl has just transformed into some freaking trash, which is we need to throw in the recycling bin. But one thing I would say, I don't know if you guys saw Phil Scott's show he did about the NAACP when it comes to the company or the people who sell Coke. The Coke people actually paid the NAACP to get people to go out there and say it's racist not to sell Coca-Cola products in the Black community.
Yeah, I saw that show. Did you guys see that?
Say that again. You say that again?
I thought he was going to say it. So the Coca-Cola company got with the NAACP. They gave him some money. I don't know what is the amount of money they gave them. It's in a documentary on Netflix to say that it's racist because they were trying to get Coca-Cola. They were trying to pretty much because of the high fructose corn syrup and the diabetes and all that stuff, all the negative effects of drinking Coke over time. kidney stones, whatever you want to say. So many things that can happen to you because you drink that over time. They actually paid the NAACP to get the NAACP to get some people to go out there and say that it's racism not to sell Coca-Cola products in the black community.
That's wild. That's wild. Actually doing more harm selling that poison.
I agree.
Which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
But if you actually, if you actually think about that, if they're willing to take a check to say that it's racism not to sell this product in the black community, what else are they willing to do? And that's how I think is how we have this NAACP, which one, like I said before, was one of the pivotal things in our community. Just like they co-opted Martin Luther King. Now they're trying to co-opt Malcolm X. They're trying to co-opt so many other people. Pretty much trying to tell their story about the person, not the actual story. How they're trying to pretty much get these black organizations to transform who they were into what we need them to be instead of who they actually were.
Yeah, big facts. Super facts. It's wild. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Simply Deep 1985 for joining the Discord. Welcome. Hope you have a good time. It'll definitely give you notifications for when we're dropping new content, and you can also hit the link to join the podcast from the Discord. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just wild, man. Like that it's crazy how that goes. Now, my question is, do you think that some of those quote unquote theys are some of the people responsible for the infiltrations of these organizations? Because if you look back up here, Terrence Jackson makes a good point. He talks about how the black organizations are always infiltrated.
I can believe that. Definitely.
Yeah, I agree. Shout out to him downstairs. Him downstairs says, "What's the Discord ID?" It should be at Reacts Podcast. Let me see. Hold on, real quick. Give me 1 second here.
It's funny that we talking about they. You know what? It's so crazy. That should be Jordan Peele's next movie.
What's that?
That should be his next movie. Just title it "They."
They. Yeah, no doubt.
I wonder where he could go with that.
Right. Big facts. Yo, Grind, I'm gonna put this in the back chat for him downstairs.
Okay.
And if you could shoot it to him, that'd be great. Just that Discord link. And we got We Lit in the building. Shout out to We Lit. What's good with it, bro? This your boy. Chilling, bro. This your boy Andrew Tate. What's up? Did you check out this interview?
I did not. I checked out like 2 minutes of it, and then I didn't have time for it no more. I was inspired. I was inspired. No, I had to do something else.
Oh, okay.
But one time for the chat. But what?
That's what's up. All right, y'all about to run it. Let me know if y'all want me to stop. All right.
The entire population of Earth. What you do is you just lie on repeat, and you don't allow anyone to say anything counter to it without hurting them the same way I've been hurt. And you just psyop them. It's actually amazing because now I use that exact same psyop on people. I love it. I love it. So when I sit with someone who's not matrix minded, when I sit with someone who is matrix minded, like when the BBC walked in here, I'm like, do you all have your vaccinations? Social distancing, 100%. Social distancing, please. And they look at me like I'm crazy. Well, how am I crazy? 2 years ago, you were telling me to do this. Now when I repeat your own worldview to you, I'm crazy. Well, if I'm crazy, guess what? You're a fucking liar because you lied the whole time. So either you're a liar or I'm not. You know, how can I be nuts? Put your fucking mask on. If I ever talk to any of these clowns again, they're going to be fully masked up. And I refuse. I don't care if you've had 2 booster jabs. No, I want all 6 injections. I want paperwork or get.
Oh, you're not coming in the house.
I'm scared of COVID. It's dangerous. I believe the mainstream media. I'm scared.
This word you keep using, psyop. I've never heard this word. It's short for psychological operations.
Correct.
Break that down. What exactly is a psyop?
Yeah, a psyop is the matrix as a whole. It's like psychological operations are constant. They constantly decide how they want you to think and what they can do to make you believe that. Right? There's a whole bunch of them they do. But it starts with tolerance. That's what I don't like about this whole guise of tolerance. It's not that I'm an intolerant person. It's not that I'm a bad person. It's not that I want to hurt other people. But when they keep pushing tolerance, what they're trying to say is have no standards or barriers or parameters for anything.
So let me ask you guys a question because they keep bringing up this word psyop, and I think that's an interesting question and an interesting or it's an interesting topic and something interesting to bring up. Have you guys heard about all of the situations with the aliens and with the UFOs and stuff like that they've been talking about? What do you guys think about that?
I haven't heard enough about it, but it's I don't know.
They're trying to make it seem real this time, I guess.
All I'm gonna say is don't look up.
Don't look up, right?
Yeah.
Right. What'd you think about it, We Lit? I think We Lit might be incapacitated.
No, I'm back.
Oh,
What's happening?
Here? What do you think about all of the reports about like the aliens in the in
California?
Yeah, and like Win Loser Rug said the shit in Vegas recently. Facts.
I didn't see the one in Vegas. I saw the one where the police saw the body cam, and something came down in somebody's backyard, and they kind of said that they kind of went with it and said that it happened. But other than that, I don't know.
Now I find that crazy.
There could be things out there, but they just better not pull up on my block.
Look, the police body cam work when aliens be there, but the police body cam don't work when they messing with black people.
That's because we're illegal aliens to them.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's wild.
They turn it off when that comes around.
Right. Yeah, they be doing that weird stuff.
That's what they want. You have to be tolerant. Tolerant of what? Tolerant of having your shop set on fire, tolerant of your kids being taught things you don't want, tolerant of crime, tolerant of your house being broken. They're tolerant of what? You're not allowed any hard barrier or any hard parameters as a man anymore. That's why they push tolerance. That's the beginning of it. That's the first stage. Once you accept absolute tolerance, well, then it's the end, isn't it? I'm tolerant of everything. I'll eat the bugs. Sure.
You'll tolerate everything.
I'll tolerate everything. I'm tolerant. Sure. So when I say things like I'm intolerant to certain things and people think that's bad, no, you need to have standards and parameters. And that's one of the reasons they also attack me. I say that men should be allowed to have standards and parameters in a relationship and in their lives. We should be allowed to decide who we just want to marry, and we should have standards for her.
Let me ask you guys a question. Is there anybody that's stopping men from having standards? Like, did a memo go out that said that, hey, men, you're not allowed to have standards in dating anymore? Like, I don't know why people say that, but where does that come from?
I don't. That's just them guys complaining on the red pill. That's all that is. It's really no type of.
Honestly, a lot of the stuff that they're talking about right here on the internet, I think all came from the internet. Where at in what corner of what crevice, I'm not entirely sure. Sometimes I wonder. Sometimes I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes the internet gets on my damn nerves. Facts. Social media is included. You know, is definitely a subset of it. It's like, just imagine we weren't having this conversation 20 years ago. I wasn't even thinking about this, but I'm just saying, if I was my age now, 20 years ago, this wouldn't even be a conversation.
That's a fact. I can't lie. I got the push notification from PC Worldwide on this subject, and they were pushing it hard.
You said from PC Worldwide?
Yeah.
You crazy. That's hilarious. Yeah,
I didn't sign up for the push notifications, but I got one.
I honestly think that people, especially like a lot of men, have kind of just lowered their standards, and as a result of lowering their standards, it puts an artificial high demand on women. So now it's harder to get like a higher grade woman than you would be able to get in the past, because the thirst levels of men are at all-time highs, which is not good. If people know how the economy work, got to take them thirst levels down to take the demand down on women to get some of that control back. But I think that where it's going now is that the thirst level has become so ultra high that now it's just like, man, we're not about to put in no work at all. Like, y'all just got to give it up to us, and that's just the end of this story. Like, because we're entitled to have some because we're men, but like for real, like you're not entitled to it. Like even when it comes to like just in a natural environment, male animals always fight over the woman animal.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think that this is a false. I think that this is a mirage. It's like a illusion. It's a false concept that a lot of men have trapped themselves into thinking, like just assuming that you have to accept any woman that's available. Like you can still have standards. You can still strive for whatever it is that you think that you're entitled to as whoever you are. But like Kevin Samuels would tell the women, no, you have to be honest with what it is that you're entitled to. You know what I'm saying? If you look like a member of the Clump family, you know what I'm saying? Unless you like, you know what I'm saying, out here like a great rapper or something like that, or you got something else to make up for what you're lacking in, you're not going to get like the dime piece, unless that dime piece is just one of those weird chicks that's like, I just love ugly dudes, because those are out there. You know what I'm saying? But they few and far between anymore. So you know what I'm saying? Like you might not be, if you're not the first one to that, you ain't getting it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I always said that a woman with a turkey cooking arm, a Thanksgiving cooking arm, is gonna get them one eventually. Not me, but somebody.
That's hilarious. All right, y'all, I'm gonna run it. But yeah, I think that this is a false equivalent though, for real. And I think that a lot of men, really what men need to do more of is just work on self-esteem, work on confidence, build up the confidence, and have the power behind your punch, so to say, as far as your value. And ultimately that'll win you every battle that you're in. Just trying to expect women to ever feel that you're entitled to any woman or anything like that is just not going to work, for one, because that's just not how economics works, and for two, women are going to automatically reject that notion and are not going to be compliant with it anyway, because they had an ability not to. So you may as well just seal the deal, make yourself irreversibly resistible, to the point where now that you've set all of these high standards of how irresistible you've made yourself, now it makes no sense for a woman not to be able to want you, and you will increase your demand among your respective circle of women that you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. And yet you'll still get some no's from some of these Looney Tunes.
Yeah, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? I don't think any of that's misogynistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, I think that women should look for high value men too, instead of just, you know what I'm saying? Instead of just being a Venus flytrap and swallowing anything, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? instead of being a carnivorous plant, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could do, have a little bit more standards. Everybody should, if you ask me. I think the world would be a better place and people will match up more accurately if they did that, because that'll leave the trash for the trash and the good for the good. And then we could just separate from the trash and let them do what they do to their own devices. You know what I'm saying? So there's that.
I've looked at some people and thought the very same thought.
Right.
Does that make me wrong?
Nah. That's some world is correct shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
It is what it is.
Have standards for us. We should allow ourselves to have standards for her. We should have standards in what we'll accept from a government and standards in what we'll accept from a police force. We should have standards as men. But they're trying to erode all of that, because once that's gone, then your brain is completely empty. And then once your brain's empty, they can just plug in the slave program, and then it's over, right? You're a tolerant person. You're a tolerant person. Good. You're a good slave. Slaves are exceptionally tolerant.
So the shirt you wear is...
I think it's ironic how white people always reference the slave thing, and yet and still they think that slavery is insignificant when it comes to a huge population in America.
Right.
But really the point they're making in just the slavery is insignificant, if you ask me.
Say it again.
The point that they're trying to prove is minuscule compared to slavery and what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Now, here's my question, right? The whole notion of they, how we talked about that whole notion of they earlier. Mm-hmm. My question is, what do y'all think that quote unquote their ultimate goal is? Like, what are they quote unquote trying to do? What's the end goal?
It's already being done, first of all.
What is it? What is the it? What is the it that they are doing?
I can't delve into that right now.
What do you think, Grind?
I was just saying it's partly what he's saying right here about kind of accepting every little thing, like things that are kind of not really regular or not really sustainable for life or anything. You just kind of accept them.
Yeah.
What
do you guys think in the chat? Let us know what you guys think in the chat.
Is what escape the slave mind?
Resist the slave.
Resist the slave mind. What does that mean exactly?
It's a better word. Resist.
Resist.
Right? But I want to do this before we get into, because we got 5 hours now. We got plenty of time to get into a lot of different topics. So one, I do want to talk about BBC, the handling of the interview. I want to get your thoughts on it. I know there's no reactions, but I want to go a little bit deeper into it because I want to compare how your start with the interview with BBC started versus Philip Schofield versus Musk. I got all the first questions. We'll cover that. I want to talk about media. I want to talk about your evolution of your faith, atheist, Christian, Muslim, and then some of the things that's going on with politics right now. You know, maybe a little bit of Romania, Trump. We'll cover what you're talking about with different things. It's funny you're saying monopoly on power if you abuse it.
Okay, here's a question for the panel and a question for the chat. If Andrew Tate ran for president, is he winning?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
I don't think so either.
No.
Oh, no, he might.
I think he would have a whole insane campaign like how Kanye West had. Like, there would be a whole group of people that there would be no, like, you couldn't tell them anything. Like, they'd be ready to fight you if you said there's no way he's winning. They'd be like, dude, Tate rocks and he's going to win. He's going to be president tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But I think that he would have a whole cult army. and the grift. Could you imagine? Could you imagine the Andrew Tate political grift?
It'd be crazy. He would get very close to the point where we'll all be kind of scared about it. But yeah, the grift would be crazy.
Now here go the thing that's crazy, right? You see how everybody in the comment section saying no. Now I think that everybody in like would have said the same thing about Trump, but Trump ass actually won.
Right. He said some crazy stuff.
Right. So like just the fact that
here's the thing that's different between Trump and Andrew Tate. Trump's has a lot of years under his belt. He's been a public figure probably longer than Andrew Tate has been alive. Andrew Tate only gained prominence in just the last 2 years. Trump hasn't had prominence for like the last 4 decades. So people knew about Trump. He had a show that a lot of people watched, so people got an idea of what he was like. And I think Donald Trump is a little bit more of a little bit better of a finesser than Andrew Tate is. He has a way with words. Andrew Tate, he seems to be unhinged. Like he literally puts all his stuff out there where people pretty much can read him like a book without even opening up the first page.
Yeah, no, I could definitely see that. Go ahead, Grind. Was you gonna say something? My bad.
I don't have nothing to say. I agree with him.
What do you guys think about what Win Loser Rug says? Tate for president would be worse than Trump. Let us know in the comment section. Do you guys agree with Win Loser Rug? Give us a thumbs up.
You gotta ask this question. Okay, you gotta ask this. If you're gonna ask the question of like, would people vote for him? My thing is, what is a policy Andrew Tate would implement based on everything we know about him so far? What policies would he implement?
Women who not being allowed to vote would be one. For sure.
Yeah, see, and on that note,
I don't think he would say that.
LGBT mafia would be pretty much extinct.
Abolishment of child support.
Yeah, you'd be able to have multiple women.
Now that.
Yeah, multiple wives.
Okay, he's making a run for presidency at this point.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to really have a bunch of men feeling like we want him.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is it's a lot of superficial things. Nothing that could stabilize an economy.
He'll fail against the other people.
At this point, let's just put it this way. If the establishment was being held up by strings and he became president, just give everybody a pair of scissors and just cut the strings and let the thing fall out the sky right now.
That's hilarious. Win Loser Rug said, yo, people might like him if he goes against corporations. I think that if he got on the anti-establishment grift that Trump rode into the White House, I still don't think that Tate would win, but I think his likelihood and his total amount of votes would be super high. You know what I'm saying? And
Carlos said he would lose the women vote. He wouldn't even have it.
And this is a question that we need to chat to help us out with. Who would be the first lady if Tate is president? Probably one of those women that pressed him charges, don't y'all think?
You mean first ladies?
Oh, right. That's his policy now.
The White House gonna become a harem.
Right, exactly. The White House is gonna become a brothel.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, he's gonna be wearing a crown throughout the whole presidency. I'm telling you.
You do that.
Listen, well, first off, hold on, but y'all gotta think about, first off, not to like make it seem like self-centered, but y'all gotta think about me. If he became president, I gotta live about 15, 20 minutes away from him. Do you know how bad traffic would be every single day?
Whoa,
that commute would be absolutely ridiculous.
I know, 30 Bugattis in the way.
I mean, but you could think of the positive things that he'll bring to your
community. It already is.
Yo, if he was president, do you think that Secret Service would have sniped Satan Center?
Ooh.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have got that close.
Yeah, man. That wouldn't have went well at all.
That was a weird video. You know what I'm saying?
Weird video.
Bro, can you imagine, say for example, I go to the fucking the Walgreens or something, and I'm picking out a box of chocolate to go meet Blacklight at his house or something.
Man, that's hilarious. Did you hear that? Did you hear that dog barking? It's going. What's the name of that tiger that He-Man used to be on? Not when he was all scared, but when he turned into the into the tiger with the red like saddle on him. That's how the dog would jump out the window. Somebody from YouTube came to the crib, like it'd be like, "Arr," you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on out here? That's hilarious though. But I bet you with Andrew Tate's
and go kill
media,
something type of guy. So food stamps, what would he do with that?
Who? Tate with food stamps?
Oh, he'll make you get off of it after like 3 months. You have to find a way to pull yourself up. Like
I think
months.
that means he's going to lose the majority white vote.
Tate will make food stamps where only single fathers could get food stamps.
That too. Yeah, he's gonna make it where he thinks like, yeah, he's gonna definitely throw out a lot of false grape charges and all that.
Either way, he like based on everything that y'all said, there would be no way he would win, because the thing is he would be doing like it would be so split down the middle. Like he probably would call, like if he just said I'm announcing I'm gonna run for president, that might start another war. Another civil war.
Facts, bro. That would be content for days. We'll have enough money from AdSense to buy bunkers, so we'd be all good. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna be trying to stream while you got napalms flying over your head.
And speaking of what Cameron said, that's going back to my original point. Like Torian Rain said, he's 15 minutes away. Just think about the positive things. You have a red light district in your area now.
Facts, right? Facts. Super facts. I'm there.
He would end the passport bros? Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
So, yo, just so everybody is informed and everybody knows exactly what's going on right now. Shout out to Cameron Jones for the breaking news. Trump smashed Stormy Daniels. You know what I'm saying? so
there's a shocker.
I'm gonna run this real quick. Patrick Davis looking crazy as hell in this picture, right? Yeah. He looking like he really trying to get them answers. Like, you better answer me.
Ears are huge.
You could moonwalk on his head.
Now YouTube.
You said you could moonwalk on Patrick Davis's head.
On his head.
Man, you know what's crazy? It was playing the video for about 2 seconds, and he went from an extremely different position to immediately right back in exactly the same geometrical position. That's insane. That's insane.
Turning around and saying, hey, you can talk about the election. We're no longer going to give this strike. So that doesn't work forever. First thing I want to talk about, I think the audience would like to know, for you and Tristan, 92 days in the dungeon, you're in jail, your experience in there. We keep hearing about it. We read about it. But what was it like for you guys being in there?
So I'll start by saying, and I have to make this clear, that the staff in the jail were exceptionally nice to me. They were very apologetic. The vibe was apologetic. Nobody was really treating me like a criminal. There were a few guys who were icy cold. I guess you could call them. They like to think of themselves as professional, but they were just inhuman. But over time, they warmed up, and I was exceptionally nice also to all the staff. Jail was terrible. I'm going to start by saying jail was terrible, and I was miserable inside of the jail cell. It's a good thing depression isn't real, because I would have been depressed. But I think in life that you get what you give, and I want to feel happier.
So he just said that depression isn't real. So my question is, we got to we definitely got to react to that.
I was hoping that you would have caught that, and I'm glad you did.
How do you guys feel about that? Is that true? Do you guys
agree? Is the guy y'all want to run for president the one that just says that depression isn't real, it's just all in your head?
What do you guys think? I'm curious as to what the policy would be, whatever it is, whatever phenomenon it is, since he doesn't believe in depression, however he designates that phenomenon. My question is, as president, how would he deal with it? What would he do to to make life more livable?
Take this pill and send you on your way.
Which one, the red pill?
I don't know. Pick a pill. That's what you're gonna like. Play the game and pick a pill.
Right. Super fast.
And whatever happens, happens. Go with God.
Facts. Yeah, that's exactly, or Allah in his case now. That's what he's doing these days.
Right, exactly.
So I tried my very best to make people happy. So when the old lady would bring me my food, I would sit and say, oh, this is the best food I've ever had. I've never had food this good. Did you cook this? I thought yesterday was the best, but you managed to surpass it again. How'd you do it? What's the magic ingredient? And I ended up making friends with them. Like I had grandmas in there, the old ladies cooking the food. And by trying to make people happy and smile all the time, I started to feel a lot happier. But it's kind of scary. And I think the scariest thing about jail was the uncertainty of it all. If they would have said to me, you're in jail for 92 days or even 5 years, you got 5 years. Cool, I'll do my time. But when you're nabbed and thrown in a cell without charge, you're like, well, how long is this my life? Is this it now? Is this the end of the story? I'm just in this cell. And I was picked up on 29th of December. I went through this quick court case. Like I said, I'm inside of the jurisdiction of Romania, so I have to be very careful with what I say because the case is ongoing and we're in Romania and I can't leave Romania. But obviously Romanian court is in Romanian by law. So you're marched into this room, everyone speaks a language you don't understand for 15 minutes, and then you're marched off to jail. You're like, what even happened? What even happened to me? And they said, oh, here's the paper that explains it. I was like, that's in Romanian. And they said, oh, don't worry, you'll get a translation to English by law. I was like, okay, that's fine. But because I was picked up on the 29th of December, and there was New Year's Eve and holidays, it was 2 weeks before I even knew why I was in jail. 2 solid weeks I'm in jail. No one told me in English why I'm in jail. I had no idea what the charge.
Can they do that?
By law, you get it on the piece of paper in English, but it's translation, it's holiday, we need to find a translator, there's a delay.
And you speak zero Romanian.
Zero. So they said, oh yeah, human trafficking. What do you mean human trafficking? Who? When? What? What is this? Took 2 weeks before I finally got a piece of paper, and then I realized what garbage it truly was. I mean, I knew it was garbage, but I was like, this is complete garbage.
Yeah.
So
So I just want to take a poll on this to see where people are with this. Do you all believe that Andrew Tate is guilty of human trafficking? Let me know in the chat. If you guys do, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't, give me a thumbs down. And let me know on the panel, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that he's guilty of human trafficking, or do you guys think that this is just some kind of like major swatting or something like that, and it's not true at all, and this is just all like for show? This is people that don't like him doing this to him.
Well, I was gonna say I don't follow him, so I'm not sure if he is human trafficking. And the people I did see covering him, they're a bunch of crappy liberals. So yeah, they want him convicted, even if the evidence is weak. They want him convicted. They're like pretty much how they feel about Donald Trump. I don't care what he did. I don't care what Joe Biden did. Ignore what these people did, and whatever little evidence you can find on him, make it massive. So I'm not sure about all the evidence against him.
I can't call it either because, like Jay said, I don't watch him to really follow him like that. So,
yeah. So,
but I want to know. I want to know, like, how long was he living in Romania before all of this happened?
He's been in Romania for quite a while, hasn't he, Grind?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in Romania for a minute.
So like, you mean that? Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I know that he's from the UK, if I'm not mistaken, and I think his dad is American. But from when I first became familiar with him, I've always known him to have that residence in Romania, that huge house with the garage with all those cars and all that.
Well, my thing is this: the reason I asked is how long he was living in Romania is because if he's been living there for a number of years, how does he not know the language? Like, you've been walking around with a translator this whole time? You never once wanted to learn one simple declarative sentence?
Right.
I'm not trying to be funny, but honestly, he probably got a little Romanian shorty that take care of all that for him.
And he apparently, she wasn't there when it counted, and that was when he was in jail.
That's I actually think she was there, and they didn't let there because there was some women that was there that I think like was trying to like interfere, because remember they had played when he got arrested. Like there's videos of it on YouTube.
Yeah,
and it was like 2 women that wasn't being cooperative, which is interesting because, you know what I'm saying, they saying that he was doing the human trafficking and all that, but depending on how good of a manipulator you are, that manipulation can run deep if that's actually what's going on. So me personally, I don't know what's going on with him. I'm with everybody else. I don't have enough evidence to say yay or nay, but what I can say is that he has a very interesting on-screen presence when dealing with women and an interesting personality.
So they don't teach bilingual at Tate University?
That might be something they want to start looking into, teaching some Romanian. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all, I'm gonna run it.
Yeah, I have endless stories from jail. It was certainly.
I was about to say, somebody in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think jail teaches you much.
I was pouring up water out the bread, my guy.
I heard that too.
Okay. I'm about to say somebody was flushing the toilet.
Yeah, that's what that sound like.
Can't even mute the mic, man.
What it does is confirm everything you already know. It confirms everything you know about the reality of the outside world, that you need to be physically strong so that you're not attacked by others, and mentally strong so you're not attacked by yourself. You learn who's on your side and who isn't. You learn who's a coward and who's not. You learn who's an opportunist and who isn't. Your circle, you certainly learn a lot about the people around you when you go to a jail cell, that's for sure. But I remember it was New Year's Eve. When I was first picked up on the 29th of December, I was very sure I'd be out 24 hours. So there's no way they're going to keep me. For what? Like this doesn't make sense. So finally New Year's Eve rolls around, And I'm sitting in the jail cell by myself. And in Romanian jail, you don't leave the room. It's not like an American jail where there's a yard or anything. You're stuck in the room. It's 3x4, and that's your existence. You just stay in the room.
Are you by yourself?
24 hours
Tristan?
a day. At the beginning, I was by myself. And you're stuck in this room, and I'm sitting there. It's New Year's Eve, and there's a very faint speaker, maybe way down the hallway. The guards must have been having a little party for New Year's Eve. And there's this awful song. It's called the Ketchup Song. I don't know if you know what it is. I don't want to sing it, but it goes, hey, hey, that super annoying song. And I'm sitting there, and I know it's New Year's Eve because the fireworks start going off. And I'm looking out my tiny window, and I can just hear the very long distance from the end of the hallway, hey, hey. And I'm sitting there looking out the window like, this can't be it. This can't be the end of my life. Even the cockroaches all over the walls didn't celebrate. There was maybe 15 cockroaches on the walls, right? And when it struck 12 and the fireworks went off, I kind of like, well, who's my friends in here? The cockroaches. I looked at them, even they didn't move. So,
yo, let me ask you guys a question, and maybe people in the chat can help me out with this. Grind, you probably would know the most about this. Jay, you might actually know too. Did the Romanian government or any government at all freeze any of Andrew Tate's assets? Do you guys know if that happened or not? Let us know in the chat.
Yes, they did.
Okay, give me let me know what's up.
I was gonna say, yeah, they confiscated some stuff, right?
They confiscated about 30 cars and some other things, and I believe they froze 2 of his accounts.
Okay. What? So now here's my question: when will he be able to get that stuff back that they froze?
Somebody said he might not get it back.
Yeah, I don't know if he gets that back, but I'm pretty sure that he's getting his cars back.
How do you? That's crazy that they can just take your stuff like that. How do they just take your stuff like that?
I mean, it happens in America.
Yeah, I know.
Asset forfeiture.
And that's what I'm saying, like anywhere, because I'm not familiar with the Romanian laws. So, but now, like, okay, so is the investigation still ongoing, or where are we at with all of this?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, no, because remember his case is coming up in 15 more days. We have to go back to court, and they're going to decide his fate, I believe.
Okay.
And even if they take it and decide that you're right about whatever happened, they can still take out whatever it took to do the investigation on you.
Yeah, that crap.
It was $1 million investigation. Yeah, it's $1 million investigation. They could take that out of the $10 million they took from you.
And this is where the imagination part comes up in the finances, because even we don't know how much it really costs, but they're going to inflate those numbers because you're paying for it, not them. At the end of the day, I saw this case. I don't know if Torin Reigns did this case or it was somebody else. Where there's this black guy, he was driving his 18-wheeler, just the front part of it, and he was going to go pick up a trailer, and he had the $40,000 in cash. He got pulled over by the police. They took the money. They found him not guilty on anything, and the court acquitted him. Not the court. The court couldn't find anything. The officers couldn't find anything, but they kept the $40,000. Now he's suing the city of Houston for his money back. Yeah, he's suing the city of Houston for his money. I'm like, why are you suing the city of Houston for your money back? I'll go confiscate one of their cars. Yeah, this is my police car now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think I remember. I think I vaguely remember that. I think that happened.
Be right back in the cell.
Yeah, that's wild.
They're actually currently doing that with R. Kelly right now.
Oh, go
ahead.
into
I actually got a video coming up in I think in 2 days that's going to explain.
So make sure y'all subscribe.
They're literally tapping into they're trying to tap into his royalties. To pay out these so-called accusers.
Well, I want something from that Marshall sale. I know you got some whips.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys know about this. If you go to one of the police confiscation bidding wars, you probably can get something good. But going back to that, I mean, they found 2 cops in Baytown who were literally stealing a boat off somebody's property, talking about they were doing a drug bust, but they were out of uniform for the drug bust.
Wow.
So, yeah, they just be doing stuff.
Gangs of America. Can you believe it?
Real talk.
Unheard of.
So real quick, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys haven't smashed the like button or hit the bell, make sure that you guys do. We're trying to get to 700 subs by the end of the stream. On Reacts, we got 21 viewers. Shout out to everybody that's watching. On Grind and Motivate, we got 24. Shout out to everybody that's watching. And Rumble, as has been the case the last couple of times, is in the lead with 26. So make sure you guys smash the like and share the stream over there. All right. So Yeah, I think that's interesting that they took his stuff. Another question that I want to ask y'all in the comment section, and I want to ask the people on the panel: when Andrew Tate does go to court, do you? I wouldn't mind reacting to the court appearance if we can find it in video and react to it. If you guys in the comment section would be interested in watching that, give us a thumbs up and let us know. What do you guys think? Would you guys be down to react to the actual court appearance or what?
I'm down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, because
I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna be looking at that. A lot of
Yeah.
people, not me, but you know.
Oh yeah, you'll be right up here with us, bro, checking it out, shooting your shot, talking your shield. You know what I'm saying? But I think that would be interesting though, because I do actually want to know like a lot of the details. And as he's in court, like I want to be able to reference like some of the things that we heard in these interviews and see if he's damaged himself with any of the stuff that he's said since being in front of the court. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because go ahead, my bad.
Oh, I was gonna say the only thing I want to really see is the so-called victims and what they have to say and what evidence they have to provide.
Yeah, no doubt. I want to see that too. Because like that criminal lawyer dude, like all of these people have said that Andrew Tate has been self-snitching, right? But I haven't really heard him say anything that would nail him down to being like saying, yes, I've human trafficked. Like I haven't heard anything that to me could be interpreted or even twisted in a way to where that could be the equivalent. So I want to ask you guys in the comment section, and I want to ask you guys on the panel, do you all agree with all of these criminal lawyers who have been assessing this whole thing since the jump that he's self-snitched, or do you guys not think that he's self-snitched? Let me know, and let me know what you guys think on the panel.
Well, I thought Tony didn't shoot Megan, so until I saw the court documents. So I don't know if I'm a good judge of that.
Right. And I saw evidence where he was trying to, talk to girls in the back end, trying to get them to the Romania, but he never, provided any resources for them to get there. They had to come there by themselves. And, that's not human trafficking. That's, I guess that's kind of luring people to you, I guess, if anything. But, this happened right around the same time that what's they got, that Brian Cougar, the dude that, the Idaho 4. But the difference between them two is that he has a massive amount of evidence, DNA and everything, showing what he did. Over here, we just have he say and she say, which I don't think is applicable in court.
Yeah.
Never know in Romania.
Yeah, indicating from like his content or nothing like that, I don't see anything where it would say that he was sex trafficking.
Yeah, I agree. So let us know what you guys think. If Andrew Tate is guilty, give us a angry face in the chat. If Andrew Tate is not guilty, give us a flame in the chat. All right.
And one more thing before we start this off.
Yep, go ahead.
Kelpie the pimp, the white boy, he does the same thing Andrew Tate does, but just over here where he recruits girls and they go on OnlyFans and he makes a cut of their OnlyFans profit. So, I don't see him in jail for nothing.
Kelpie the pimp, that's the dude that got waxed by Almighty Suspect on No Jumper podcast, right?
Right.
Man, see, that's another good thing. Shout out to people that watch the Reacts podcast. That's one of the reasons why you should watch the Reacts podcast, because it's not like on the Corey Holcomb show, like how Ari Spears got lit up by Zoe Williams or how Kelpie got beat up by Almighty Suspect. There's how they say that there's nothing but air and opportunity. There's air and opportunity to talk crap, but you're not going to get touched if you come over here and get into an argument with somebody. Like, the only thing that's going to happen is you're going to get taken down off of StreamYards and whatever reaction drama happens after that. You say what?
I thought you meant the live podcast, because I was going to say, speak for yourself.
Yeah, I'm not going to be doing any of that, but if you want to spend gas money and all that, you can have fun, but yeah. No,
I'm not pulling up on nobody, but if they were talking crazy at a live podcast, I don't know about that one.
Yeah,
well, yeah.
I mean, we ain't gonna have that. They're just gonna get taken down. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even gonna be that kind of party. They're gonna have to start up their own video. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But but that's what I'm saying. Like, but us everything is all virtual. It's all online, so you ain't even got to deal with that. You're just gonna hear if anybody get like that. All you're going to hear is mean words. Yeah, and you're not going to get hit upside your head or busted up or get embarrassed or anything like that. You ain't got nothing to worry about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So King Riches to pull up.
King Riches. He be in the comment section of some people's chats. You know what I'm saying? So you never know. You know what I'm saying? I remember that one time Just Pearly Things was in Mike TV's chat. That was hilarious. I was dead. People be pulling up to the chats. Melanie King was up in Mike TV chat. She was in Duke and Don's chat. We got speaking of which, I didn't expect Hotep Jesus was in my chat the one day. So sometimes people they be pulling up. You know what I'm saying? They be pulling up. Maybe Tate pull up in the chat. He might be in there now. You know he ain't allowed to have a social media account, so he might be one of these people without no profile picture. So shout out to my no profile picture people who might be Andrew Tate in the chat. You know what I'm saying?
New Year's. It's funny because before that, a couple days before that, me and Tristan were discussing, do we want to do New Year's in Dubai? Do we want to go kosher? Shall we go Miami? We're all arguing. Oh, that would be boring. That's too far.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Grandeur plan.
Hold on. Cameron said Sarah Garvey was in my chat. Was he? You lying. Who else
could have been doing that Pearl thing?
Sarah was in the chat?
He might have been because they was big mad, but I don't know though. What y'all do? Did y'all block him or something? Because I ain't see him. And I try to pay attention to the chat, but sometimes I can't. Sometimes it be going too fast. And then other times it don't go fast enough. You know what I'm saying?
And so finally we decided to go to Dubai. We were in Czech Republic at the time, and we decided to go to Dubai. I said, let's stop in Romania so I can repack a suitcase. So
That's it. That's the only reason.
That's the only reason. So jet left Prague, landed in Romania. My jet was still on the runway. Came here overnight, packed a suitcase, spent the night, spoke to Greta with a pizza box, and it's 5 a.m. to go before I flew back to Dubai. So that was my.
Oh, you talking about that? You talking about that channel right there? That's a troll channel that has content of his posted up on there. That's not actually Sarah Garvey's channel. I know what you're talking about now. I know what you're talking about now.
Situation.
Greta pizza box.
How much you think there's anything linked to Greta? Is there anything because the timing of it?
Yeah, I don't think she specifically said.
Of course,
but there are certainly people within the Matrix machine that you can't attack without catching flack for. There's certainly protected people. It's absolutely and utterly a club, and you're either in the club or you're outside the club. She's certainly in the club, right? So if you are.
All right, y'all. So guess what? If it wasn't Grind and Motivate, it would have been me because we about to run out of time. But we had a good stream today, man. That's why we need to have more time so we could do some longer streams. So this is what we need y'all to do. All right. In the comment section after the video, wherever you guys are watching from, if you want us to finish reacting to that interview, make sure that you let us know. If we get 10 yeses, 10 responses that say to finish it, then we will. If we don't, then we'll move on to the next content because we got other stuff that we want to show y'all. Shout out to the guests, everybody that popped in. My man, Torian Rain, Jada Informant, Bronze of God. Appreciate y'all calling in. To my co-hosts, We Lit, and my man Grind and Motivate. I appreciate both of y'all. And make sure y'all smash the like button, hit the bell, share the stream out, and subscribe not only to Reacts, but to the Reacts Network. Everybody that you guys will see listed in the description box on the video. And we will catch you all later. Anybody got any closing words?
Appreciate y'all.
I'm glad to be part of the network. So you're going to take some of the heat when I get some heat on me.
That's hilarious. We're about to throw you right up under the bus. That bus going to back up over you twice, bro. I'm messing with you, bro. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. We will catch y'all on the next one. All right. Peace.